All right. Hello, everybody. I think we're live. Can anybody out there hear me? I mean, not you guys. I don't care about you guys. Can anybody out in the horizontal scrolling section hear me? Is this thing on?
Out in the ether.
What's happening here?
Hello? Hello?
The great
Hello.
Where am I?
I
Who
hear
are these people?
humans. Okay, well, this is good. All right. Well, since I can't tell if anybody out there can hear us. Oh, no, we see some people. There we go. All right. Hello? Yes, perfect. All right. Everyone, welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons.
What do you mean,
Welcome
welcome
back
back?
to-
We were always here, right?
Well, just because I trapped you here doesn't mean doesn't necessarily mean that it's the place that you have, like, that I've been. Like, I'm the most important person here. Give me just a second here. I'm gonna raise my levels. How's everybody doing?
Oi. Doing okay. How about you guys, chat?
I think they're just
How about you
staring
around
at
the
us.
table?
They're chilling. They're chilling.
They're just staring at us.
They're
Again.
watching us.
Everyone's staring.
I
at
was
you.
sneezing. I was sneezing that entire time. It was chaos. I thought I was gonna die.
You're not allowed to die yet.
You can't die. We haven't started yet.
We're
Can't
we're
die
just
until we
getting
kill Vakaldi
You're gonna
Estoc.
pull a me and die before we start.
I was gonna say we can't make
No.
that rule.
Yeah.
Every season, someone dies.
Someone
Almost
dies
dies.
in the
On
session zero.
episode
Session
1.
zero.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
me. I want to do it this time.
No.
Shaving the cat gone wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oh, God.
Exactly. Well, it's good to see you all.
Yeah. So, welcome back, everybody. This is our second second season of this, technically speaking, because we finished up and then we didn't do anything for what, like a year? I can't
No, it's
remember.
like 2 years.
Jesus.
No.
Yeah,
2 years.
it's been a hot minute.
So this has been a
2
normal
years,
Dungeons and
jeez.
Dragons game. Is basically what I'm hearing there. That we stopped for a year and didn't do anything else, and that makes it a very normal type of game.
The biggest foe in every Dungeons and Dragons game is time schedules.
Mhm.
Yep.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do something real quick here, but how do I? No, I can't do it. Never mind. I was noticing that I left a splatter mark on the screen there, and it makes it difficult to read chat. It looks like chat is kind of going through a pile of goo on the right-hand side. So I'm just gonna get that a
I
little
was actually just of the opinion that
farther down there.
the Twitch chat was shitting itself. So,
Yeah.
like, that's how
That
excited
sounds
they
about
are.
right, honestly.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
normally do. Well, it's from all the shit posting, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys need to maybe, like, clean things up a little bit down there in chat. Like, it's sloppy. It's embarrassing. Is what it is.
Now, come on. I'm sure it's just all the snacks they got ready for this wonderful session, right?
No, I just think they shit their pants a lot.
Oh, it's possible. Okay, so we got a bunch of people in here. We can
Disgusting.
read you, Nova. We
I
got
can read you.
we got a bunch of new
Hello.
people that are being
Yeah.
exposed to this because we're trying something new and exciting. We got shared chats going on. We got a new person on the thing. We got people in chat who can't read. Everything is new and exciting. So what we're gonna do-
Innovation.
yeah, exactly. We're just gonna do quick introductions of players. If you tell me anything about your character, I'll kick you out of the campaign. I just want to know about you as a human being. Sprixer, go.
My name is Sprixer. With myself, Magic, Haven, Drazger, and Shinfo, we partake in a lot of role-playing activities outside of stuff like this. If you're ever interested, I do some voice acting on the side, as well as content management and consulting for people you might know named Drumsy and Fillion. You can catch me streaming VR chat most of the time because I'm pretty exhausted to do anything creative otherwise. And I'm known for posting really silly stuff on Twitter.
Yep. All
Are you
that
proud of
sounds
me?
right.
I did really good there.
That was
So
good.
proud
That's
of you.
Sounds good,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Crushed
That's
it.
amazing.
Solid.
All right,
Thanks.
Peachy, you're up.
Oh fuck, we're going. This is random order. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Peachy. I don't do roleplay stuff. If you notice, I was the only one left out. Teehee. I don't normally do this. I normally do like Dark Souls stuff and gaming. I do speedrunning. I do challenge runs. Dark Souls, variety games, all that sort of stuff. But I am a huge D&D nerd. I'm not a voice actor. I just like having fun. So I'm just here and I'm having fun. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
You might know Peachy from an absolutely epic Get to Work playthrough. That
Okay.
happened earlier in this year.
Yeah, I went
Yep,
bald
that's
to play a
true.
rage game. That is
Yep.
true, and that is my
Yep.
legacy.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Shinfo, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Oh boy. Hi, I'm Shinfo. Like Sprixer had mentioned, I'm part of role-playing communities. So you'd see me around both as a player and DM side. I mostly focus in the VR chat world, so it's nice to be on the tabletop world now. So whole new ballpark again. We're back, and yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Amazing, perfect. Drazker is new in season 2. Drazker, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much, Magic 8 Ball. Thank you all for this excellent opportunity. My name is Drazker, everybody. I am a dungeon master and player character and NPC all across the VR chat role-playing space. In my spare time, I pick up weird hobbies like Unity and Blender and things like that. And I'm just a general goof-ass, honestly. But I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to be stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Excellent.
I request a branding for General Goofass for Dresco.
General
Please.
Yep.
Goofass?
General Goofass.
Salutes in chat for General Goof Ass. I almost said Group Ass, which I
That's
don't
right.
Group at-
General Group
Wishful
ass.
thinking,
Okay.
Magic. No.
Listen,
there's-
all right. Sometimes everyone just
Okay.
needs to group some ass. Okay.
Give me just a minute. I need to write that down as a note for my
Welcome,
therapist
chat.
later.
Welcome to our group ass.
Yep.
Enjoy. Enjoy your
Yeah.
That's the
stay.
campaign name
Goof
now.
ass, group ass.
Group ass.
So we did a campaign of this game year and a half, 2 years ago, and had a lot of fun. We are going to we're going to be kicking things off again in the middle. So if you hear stuff and you're like, I don't know what that is, chances are nobody does. We are we're diving back into this thing. Half of I know the players here are trying to remember what we did 2 years ago also.
Mhm.
So I'm going to start us off with a little.
Hi, by the way, my name's Haven.
Oh, damn it, Haven.
You forgot Haven, the commander.
We went off on the goof ass tangent, and it just happened.
100% I self-derailed on Goof Ass. Haven.
I'm just saying, ass is very distracting.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Haven.
Was that the whole story?
Hi, my name's Haven. That's all I need to know. Been a streamer for a long time, very prominent in the mech warrior and BattleTech space. Professional voice actor. Some of you guys might recognize any of the voices I do from online series such as If the Emperor Has a Text-to-Speech Device, roles in Project Wingman, and the mech warrior titles as well. So I've been doing those for a while. I'm also do professional sound design, Unity, Blender, VR chat world designer extraordinaire. So I'm the one who does a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to world design for the projects that myself and my partners do in our VR chat space. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of fun with that.
If you ever catch any of the other RPs that we do over on OSRP, on One Shot RP, Haven is the map god. He is the alpha and the omega for all of that stuff, and it's amazing. Well, now Sprix has decided to try to usurp him with her interior decorating skills. I don't know if she mentioned those during her section, but
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
Yep.
Why
I'm
do I
Magic
feel
8
like
Ball. I don't do anything of note besides stuff here.
Stop.
I do stuff on OSRP. I run things in the background as a DM. I occasionally play bald characters in VR chat, almost exclusively. And yeah, that's really all there is for me.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, what was I saying about we were supposed to do a game here, a dungeon
Something like that.
and a dragon. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna
Wait, we're
dive
doing
in.
dragons? I didn't know
Yeah.
we're
Hey
doing.
yo, wait, can I
Dungeons
roll
and
my Constitution
Dragons
saving throw?
with no
Can I roll
dungeons, no
charisma?
dragons.
Can I riz the dragon
We have
already?
Riz
Like
the
straight
Dragon,
up? That's
bro?
where we're starting it.
Little
Yeah.
Rizzler.
Our
Yeah.
entire first season, we had neither dungeons nor dragons, and my intention is to fix that in the second season here. So, like, brace yourselves in whatever
boy.
way you feel like you need to brace for a dragon.
I'm bracing.
Okay, good. Brace.
Rest.
Prepare to meet the dragon.
Dragon
I got
tastes nuts.
All right.
Woo!
Whoever had the rim shot on. That's perfect. Okay.
Mira
Um,
carries pocket drums around with her now.
I do, yeah. I
We're
also,
gonna-
just for funsies, I do have this. If someone dies,
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
amazing. That's so good. I need that not just when somebody dies. I need that on any natural one.
all right, I'll
or-
do it. I'll do it. I got it.
Yeah, or
I'll whip out
failed
my
roll.
trombone and wah
Yep.
wah.
Yeah, hit that. That's what
Yeah.
I want. Okay, you guys ready to go? Are you ready to be dungeoned and or dragoned?
Ready.
Yeah.
Ready?
Do
What do you
this.
say?
I was born ready.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. I have to go to the bathroom. No, I'm kidding.
And
Too
we
real.
never saw him again, guys.
Yep,
Come back
exactly.
2
He ran
years from
off.
now. We'll be back.
No, really, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, like, you know, when you're trying to find the voice and your brain's like, no, we're just gonna keep talking until something happens, and I'm trying to find.
I
the
always
voice,
have
so-
a key phrase. So, like, funny enough, whenever I want to do like the British voice, I have to do the "cade" and I have to say that word, and then
Mhm.
I find it. You
Okay,
gotta find your
think-
word.
I think
The
I got it.
activator words.
I think I'm good. I think I'm
Like
good.
coffee, coffee, coffee.
Coffee, coconut milk.
Coffee.
Of all the filthy, disgusting flotsam that ever spit forth from the Owen Diver, not one is nearly so vile as Vakaldi Estoc, the grand envoy of the Obsidot and general monstrous arse. To make a list of Estoc's crimes would take an army of monks and more people than the whole island is sent in a year. Instead, suffice it to say that every port on the Agdio Sea would sleep better at night if that worthless bile duck grabbed a cannonball and took a long walk off a short plank. Our story began on a spit of an island named for its only city of note, Gallipoli. Part of a cluster of islands on the border of the Kefto Sea, Gallipoli was protected by the raging storms of the Owen Diver and is widely known for its quality marble, olives, guildsmen, raiders, and merchants that call Keftos home. Gallipoli was quiet, but had come under the thumb of a ruthless man named Rithelm Pendergast, known by some as the Brass Duke. Installed as governor, Pendergast viciously removed the existing council and drove away the oracle, the lone voice of the gods' will on the island. In Pendergast's clutches, the rule of law turned against the simple folk of Gallipoli and his hired plugs. They've kept the people from throwing off the tyrant's yoke. That was until our heroes happened upon the island. I think the technical word is liberated it. And they liberated the island by assassinating the Brass Duke. And, well, I suppose technically they restored rule of the island to the people there. But not before extorting a large marine vessel known as the Dagger and heading off towards their real target, Vakaldi Estoc. Now, on this sailing vessel, they've been tracking around the edges of the Kefto Sea towards an island of some import called Rox Modi. All of this has been in chase of Vakaldi Estoc, chasing a rumor that he had something he was doing on this island. And they've been traveling around with a band of, well, questionable folk that they've gathered along the way. The crew of the Dagger's trustworthy enough, but they've also gathered a filthy druid named Iovar, the stone remnants of a petrified oracle named Tyresia, and, well, my son, Finiteus, goes by Finn Bachrain, who, well, we sent him along the way to be left there for schooling. Well, the ocean is not exactly a safe place. Even the Kefthos has its share of dangers. The trip to Roxmari took time, took effort. I hear too, there was even an incident with, a whirlpool in the Lost Colossus of Rexmodi. But that's a story for another time. All you need to know now is that this group, questionable of characters they are, managed to land on the shores of Roxmodi with their ship in pursuit of their target. And so we found the Dagger there, moored to the docks. Roxmodi is a strange place for most of you, having been used to normal cities, having been used to pirate dens like Driftport that are half cobbled together from stolen goods and smuggled lumber and whatnot. Roxmodi is a community of petitioners that have built up a city at the base of a mountain. And at the top of this mountain is a monastery. Now, the stories say that the monks of Roxmodi move their monastery once every 100 years. Why they do that, it's a secret to the order. But once every 100 years, the monks abandon their old monastery, come down to the shoreline, and then in a trek, they travel to the next mountain. They travel south. And then they build a new monastery there. And these monasteries are beautiful things, but they're up on the mountaintops, nestled in the snow sometimes, carved out of cliff faces. And this one in particular, you can see it from the docks there, is breathtaking. It's minarets and architecture seem like they were carved from the mountain itself, and but they jut out from the side. And you can see, even from down here in the docks, you can see kind of a trail, just a hair's width at this distance, that is the stairway that leads up there. On the boat here with us, we have Saragus, Dio, Amira, and Sorsha. Many of the people that you traveled with are excited to get off the boat. And so the normal unloading process happens when you come up to the dock. The crew is moving goods off. They're mooring things to the side of, they're mooring the ship to the side of the dock there. Cranes are being positioned to be able to take heavier goods off and things like that. Sorsha, your small army of Girl Scout cookie makers is setting up shop on the side as well. They're getting everything set up in order to be able to sell to the sailors and whatnot. But the four of you are somewhat distracted because, and it's almost uncanny how you notice it all at the same time, there in the city, just up the street, you see a figure watching the dock. Dark hair, bright eyes, and tattoos that look like cherry petals on branches. This figure sees you. You know them. All of you know them in your heart. He's here. Vakaldi Estoc is here. There isn't any time to wait. There's no time to coordinate with your allies or anything like that. You have not been this close to the target of your vengeance up until this point. And so the four of you take off like a shot into the city. There's no reason to hesitate. He's right there. You don't need to be subtle. You don't need to be careful. He's unprepared. You caught him off guard. You catch him as he runs into the city. And it takes some time and effort, but you track him through the alleyways and the streets, using your skills, using your cunning, using your thirst for vengeance more than anything else. You track him through the city, up the stairs, and into the broken remains of an old monastery building. As you chase him inside, the broken flagstones there from an old building that has been abandoned by these people for being unsafe kind of creak and shift as the four of you run inside. And confront the target of your vengeance. Now, if this was a TV show, at this point we would fade to black. And a few words would show up down at the bottom. 1 year later. Now the camera shows something different. We see a sweeping city. Roman architecture, columns and temples reaching into the sky, built atop a hill. This is the marble city of Agdios, the most populous city on the Oendiva. The name for the largest sea that is regularly traversed by people. Thousands upon thousands of people live here. This is the seat of the guilds and of the greatest power on the archipelago. But the city is old, and while the marble looks clean and crisp from a distance, as we see the streets, there's signs of grime, decay. Not everyone is living in the shining city on the hill. And as we descend down a particular alleyway, we leave behind the nice marble and stone constructed buildings for something made of rougher lumber. Protected against the weather, perhaps, but definitely not the signs of wealth that were built in the heart of the guild's power. This is the slums of the city. This is the place where the people who have to stay here but don't want to stay here live. And inside a particular building that stands out from its nearby compatriots by way of being a little bit more maintained than the others. A little bit better kept up, a little bit cleaner, with fences protecting a small garden in front, and even a yard area that's been cleared out with grass and things like that. In the front area, there are even some children's toys that are scattered around the yard here. There's no sign on the front of this building, but it's clear that this is an important part of the community. This is It's pretty clear this is an orphanage. A place where the unwanted children in this rough area of Agdios are left, or find themselves and are collected and taken care of. As we go inside the building, we can even see some of those children playing together or learning, taking lessons from a few older children, or even the occasional adult inside here. The mood is excited, and many of the children are playing with small glass vials filled with liquid that they're tossing back and forth to each other, and occasionally one of them will drop one, and as it shatters, they giggle as a puff of green smoke comes up from it. And when they reach down to gather up the glass pieces, they've dissolved into sand. Obviously, somebody's taken some care to make some exciting playthings for the children here. But as we go past the opening room, through a back door into a little bit more of a secluded area, there is a woman back there, alone. None of the children are around her for the moment. And she's leaning against a door with a considered look on her face. Sprixer, will you tell me what the last year of Sorsha's life has been like?
So, just for clarification, I'll ask the question before anybody else does. Do you want what happened or the write-up? There are
want the
two
write-up.
sections here.
I want the
Alright.
write-up. The what happened is for you.
Okay. Let me cook then. I watched him die in that broken monastery. Blood spilling out onto the stones. Poison tearing through his lungs as his last breath rattled loose. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. Mine came in a vial labeled deep. Breathe deep. He did. Once. And that was enough. It was neat. Not clean, gods, no. But neat. And after? Well, I packed up what was left of my decency, and Daxos, and I hitched the ride back to Agdios. Agdios. That rotting fruit of a city. Still sweet on the outside. Still full of worms. But I wasn't looking to climb the ladder anyways. No. I built a house. An orphanage, if you can believe it. Sorsha, the soft-hearted. The little ones call me Auntie Vile sometimes. Not because I'm kind, but because I label everything. Every child in that house has seen too much. Just like me. So I give them rules, schedule, structure. A bit of alchemical training here and there. And when the inspectors come by, we are very legitimate. Funny how a few tonics ended up in the hands of the desperate clients beneath taverns and behind temples. Daxos said I was wasting my talents. I said he was welcome to leave. But he stayed. And that grin never left his face. Always watching. Always counting coins that weren't his yet. I knew what he was doing. I just didn't know how far he'd go. He made a deal. Not with the guild. No. He wouldn't touch them. No, Daxos. He went lower. Slipped notes to couriers. offered me up like I was nothing but a rare bottle behind glass. A knock came last week. Pick up from the couriers, but at the wrong time. Wrong pattern. The kids followed the drill. Such good kids. I opened the door with a knife behind my back and a smile. The couriers left in small, wet bags. Now, Daxos sits tied to a chair in the old wine cellar. We've been chatting. He talks about mistakes, about loyalty, and how he's always liked me. I told him he should have liked me more. The thing is, he was my friend. Once. We bled together. Hid in the same gutters. Laughed under the same damn stars. So, now I've got this choice. The vial in my left hand will melt a man from the inside out. The one on my right, just sleep. No pain, no screams, no lesson. And I keep asking myself, is mercy a gift for him? Or a weakness for me? I haven't decided yet. Either way, tomorrow, we bottle something new.
Sorsha, you are there considering what you need to do with the man in the basement of the orphanage, your one-time ally, when one of your charges, Finn, actually, who did not stay on the island of Roxmati, instead came with you here to Agdios. Peeks his head around the corner into the back room and raps lightly on the door.
There's someone up front that said they wanted to see you and they knew you by name.
Well, we can't have any screaming when we have guests over. I guess the decision's been made for you, Dactos, honey. The right vial it is. Finn, honey, I'll be a moment. 1 second.
Okay.
Such a good boy. And I
So-
give him the right vial.
Perfect. Yes. So we see Sorsha open the door behind her and step into the darker room where only somebody gifted in night sight as she is can see there. There's sounds of someone struggling, a gagged person trying to make some sound with his gagged airway, and you pull it down long enough to jam the bottle in his mouth. He spits up some of it, but you know only a few drops need to make it in, and as his eyes start to flutter, you pull the gag back over his mouth, and he slumps in the chair. Out in front of the orphanage, there is a visitor who's standing on the other side of the gates that are closed but not locked, respectfully even. And the young boy that we just saw a moment ago, Finn, comes running back outside the front of the orphanage and towards those gates. And on the other side of those gates, Drazker, why don't you tell us a little bit about the person that we see there?
The person that you see there is standing lean and wiry. His skin is alabaster white, almost translucent, and there's these faint blue veins visible beneath the surface. This pallor isn't just ghostly, it's like it's wrong somehow. As if the color was drained away by something that feeds on vitality itself. His eyes are the most striking feature. They're violet, brilliant amethyst irises surrounding pupils reduced to tiny pinpricks of absolute darkness. This man is a Nyxborn. And the violet seems to pulse with its own ethereal light. Unnatural. Hair falls past his shoulders in silver white strands that seem to drift as if underwater, even in still air. And it frames a face that was once aristocratic, but now it just appears hollow and sharp, with cheekbones like cutting against his skin like knives. He wears simple dark clothing beneath a cloak that seems to absorb light rather than reflect it. And the edges of his garments never quite settle. They waver like smoke or water. And at his hip hangs a long, sheathed blade.
The boy, as he runs back up to you, you know, he runs out of the orphanage with some speed, but as he gets back up to you, all of the folks you've seen here in this area of town seem to give you a wide berth. They give everybody a wide berth. And the boy runs up. He's not scared, but he's definitely careful. So he runs back up to you and kind of gives you a little bob of his head and reaches towards the gate and says, Sorsha's here. She'll see you if you follow me. And he pulls the gate open for you. But kind of steps wide out of the way for you to step inside. The boy looks to be maybe 13 or 14. Healthy. Tanned skin that you don't necessarily always see in Agios. Your guess is that he's either well-traveled or he's from somewhere a little bit more exposed to the ocean and the sun than the city here. Varen,
Yeah, I'm going to.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, jump in. you hit me. We got.
I'm going to stride right through the gate, and I'm going to look to him, and I'm going to say, "Lead me to a boy."
He nods his head again, and leads you into the building. This place is nice. It's in a rundown area, but it looks like some work has gone into bringing it up a notch. You can see fresh woodwork in certain areas. Not all of it is new by any stretch, but repairs have been happening here. This place, this orphanage, looks like it's been doing well, better than a lot of the places in this area. You came here because you heard rumors, as you've been digging and picking along the path for your vengeance, that there was someone here by the name of Sorsha that, well, shared your hate for Vakaldi Estoc. You knew as well that facing him on your own was, well, you'd gone down that road once, right? And it didn't end terribly well.
Yes, unsuccessfully.
So now you're here seeking allies. You have a few more names on your list, but since you knew where this one was, this Sorsha, we figured you would start here and see if you could make her acquaintance at least. So the boy leads you into the building. There's a large front room here, and you see the scene that I described earlier. There's some kids, younger kids playing. There's some middle school aged kids that are learning, that are reading books. You see, like, strangely enough, you see a group of kids over on one side that look like they're almost in front of like a chemistry lab. There's an alembic there and all sorts of alchemical things, and they're not just screwing around. They're mixing stuff and putting things together. It's whatever is going on here. They're well-learned children, That's for sure. That's not anything you've seen before. And the boy, Finn, kind of waves for you to come towards past the main body of that room and towards a door at the back. And as he gets back there, you see him reach up and give a knock at the door. Draz, do you want to give me our first roll of the game? Do you want to roll an insight check? Don't
Roll a
screw
what
this up.
check?
An insight check. And if you screw this up, it's going to set the tenor for the
Yeah.
whole game. Everything's going to go downhill from
Well, that's
here.
a 22.
Damn. All right. I'll take
Ooh,
it.
not bad.
Let's go, baby. Starting off
Nice.
strong.
Yeah. By the way, for everybody in the various chats, right now we're not showing any of our rolls or anything like that on screen. We're going to tune some things up as we go here a little bit. We want to start clean, and just be in kind of theater of the mind here. So we'll get some of that stuff added in as we continue in episodes. I just wanted to throw that out for people. So, 22, fantastic roll. So the boy knocks on the door, but you see him. He knocks once, he pauses, and he knocks and then brushes his knuckle down a plank. So it kind of makes like a knock and a kind of sound. Like a hand rubbing against wood, right? But it's very specific. It's deliberate. You see him do that. He does it. He has his body in front of it, so he's trying to do it where you don't notice. But you're very observant, and you catch the move and the intention behind it. And a moment later, a very lovely woman opens the door. Sprix, do you want to give me a visual description of Sorsha? I know we have stuff on the screen here, but you want to give me kind of her vibe right now?
Well, as she walks out the door, you can see her almost tidying her hands on an apron wrapped around her waist, like if you're watching her mom come out of the kitchen, a little bit annoyed. Her hair's pulled back as if she's been working on something, but a few of those silver and purple strands are framing her face as if to say that she's looking a little haggard, a little bit worn. She's got piercing blue eyes despite that. Like, the moment she lays eyes on Finn and then the visitor, they're sharp.
Finn steps out of the way, but he stays nearby for the moment, kind of looking to this woman, looking to Sorsha to kind of gauge whether he should stick around or not.
I'm
Finn-
going to turn towards him and kind of wave him off.
Excuse me. Who are you?
My name is Varen, and I'm looking for a woman named Sorsha.
Oh, no. Sorry, darling. That was rhetorical, as in, who are you to wave my child off? Finn, go get tea.
Finn nods at that and steps past you back into the back room there, and closes the door behind it.
Now the
I'm going to
non-rhetorical.
step in and look around this room.
This space almost seems like almost like a reception area. There's a few chairs here, but it's barely a room. There really isn't anything in here, and there isn't a door leading back to the room that you came in, the one with all the other kids. It's more like an open archway. You can hear some sound coming from that direction, but you can also tell that you could have a quiet conversation here, and nobody in the main room would hear you.
Well, what do you want?
He's going to turn to look at you, Sorsha, and he's going to give you like an appraising like glance. He's going to kind of like look over your worn, like haggard, like clothes and demeanor, but then he's going to like lock eyes with you. He's going to say, "You and I have a common enemy."
Oh, really? Is it your bad manners or terrible fashion sense?
It's Vakaldi Estoc.
She's gonna visibly kind of straighten a little at that and raise a brow. I'm sorry. What?
I said Vakaldi Estoc.
No, I fucking heard you. I'm just. Oh my god. What do you want? Why do you care? Why me? Why are you here?
What I want is to see the man dead.
Oh,
I'm
well.
trying to find people that have a shared interest.
Oof, I hope we did not travel far. This is going to be awkward. So he's kind of like already dead.
Hmm.
Sorcia, as you say that, go ahead and give me a wisdom savings throw.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, how did it go?
It went. Shit, I must be tired. Must be overworking. Look, he's dead. He's dead.
What did you roll? What did you get?
Did you not see it?
You gotta give me the number. We gotta tell there's humans out there that need the number.
Sprixer rolled a 4.
Oof, that's rough. Now I know why you didn't want to say anything. That's a rough one. That's rough, bud. When you say he's dead, you feel weird for a second, like nauseous for a moment, and then it passes. You guys keep going for just a second.
So long story short, you came here all the way for nothing.
If Vakaldi Estoc was dead, Sorcia, then I would not be here darkening your door. But unfortunately, the bastard yet lives.
Listen, I don't know who you
I
are.
don't know what rumors you've heard, or what
Okay.
misunderstanding is disillusioning you, but I've been told that you are competent enough to be considered a worthy ally, and it took me a great deal of effort to find you here, and I have many more appointments to make.
Oh
So-
my god. You talk a lot. Do you like the sound of your own voice? I told you he's dead. Like, I don't know what more you want from me. I'm sorry that you did not get to ride out whatever crazy vengeance out you want. Believe me, it was fun. He was on the ground bleeding and
Vakaldi Estoc,
yes.
the bastard, the boogeyman of the Owen Diver, was on the ground bleeding.
Yes.
By
What
whose
on-
hand?
Mine and a few other people's. What, are you misogynist? What's happening? I killed him. He's dead.
You killed Vakaldi Estoc.
I will kill you if you do not lower your tone, sir.
No. I tell you that his sails still darken the shores of the Owen Diver. He has been seen. When was it that he supposedly was killed by you?
About a year ago or so.
Sprix,
No.
will you give me another wisdom savings throw? Did you say that? Roll better this time if you could.
Well, it's a 10, so that's all you're getting.
As you're speaking this out, your brain kind of goes back a little bit in like remembering the moment. And you remember the body. You remember him bleeding out there. You remember the slight blue tinge to his lips from the poison, the paralytic that you seeded in the air that made him unable to move. You remember someone in the room with you. But you remember him dead. And in fact, you remember, not just remember it clearly, but you have, like, you looted the damn body. Sorcia would not kill this man and not take something. And in fact,
Did I take what I think I tried to take?
What do you think you
Did I-
tried to take?
I think we both know. Everybody at the table knows what I tried to
No.
take.
No, you did not take that.
Damn it.
And plus, it wouldn't have kept body parts.
Stressful.
Yeah, no, you actually took a ring from him. A ring that, well, a long time ago you gave him. You still wore it. You took it back. Would that be something that Sorsha would keep with her, or?
Yeah, it's probably on her person as a reminder.
Okay.
Look.
So yeah, you know, you have the ring. You have it.
All right, well, look. Would I have this if he wasn't dead? I took it off of his stupid little hands when he fell on the ground.
Do I recognize this, DM?
You do. You have seen him wearing that. You have almost every deal of him etched indelibly on your mind. You've pored over it in your own brain for hours and hours and hours after what happened to you. And so yes, yeah, that ring, it was on him.
Huh?
Garen's eyes are going to visibly widen, and he's gonna look at you kind of dumbstruck.
Don't worry, honey, I get that a lot. I'm very impressive. If you're a little aroused right now, I have a potion that will take care of that in 4 to 5 hours. However, he's dead.
You
nonetheless.
don't understand. The Obscadot still has its grand envoy. Estoc is still out there. How do you have his ring?
Because okay, I'm going to say it slower, like I'm teaching one of my kids. I've
heard you,
Oh my God.
Sorsha.
Well, I don't know what to
And
tell
what
you.
I'm
Maybe
telling
somebody
you
else
is that
will.
even though you have his ring,
Uh-huh.
he's still out there.
I think, baby, you're just taking time to process this because I have no proof and no reason to believe he's not dead because I watched him die and now there's a strange, frankly, little smelly man in my room telling me, like, you see how the pieces don't connect here.
Sorsha, will you roll me one more wisdom savings throw? This time roll it twice, and take the higher of the two. Roll with advantage.
Well, one's a 19 and one's a 10.
Well, a 19 is an improvement.
Thank you.
As you speak, you feel that weird feeling again, that kind of feeling, almost like it's. You don't even know how you feel this, but it feels like there's something squirming in your mind, like a thought that is in there that's just hard to hold on to. If you have ADHD, it would be like emptying the dishwasher. It's something that your brain holds on to for a second and then it's gone, but you still know it's there. You felt it, and that thought was this little piece of an image, a figure in the room with you, in the broken monastery. A figure, a statue, obsidian statue, a woman was in the room, but not a statue. She moved, and you heard it. And as soon as your brain tries to remember what you heard, you feel it slip out from under you, like the rug has been pulled, and that whole thought just jumbles and falls apart for a second. But you had it. It was right there. Something was trying to pull itself back together.
Okay. Let's say, hypothetically, for 1 second, that I'm going to entertain this notion. That does not change the fact I watched him die. So, what are you getting at here?
Let me tell you a tale.
No, my
Because
God,
I
no.
believe that you're.
Okay, hold on.
I believe your mind is bewitched.
Please
I
don't call
entered
it
a
tale.
restaurant
Oh,
to
okay,
slay
we're
this
just going to
man.
keep talking. All right.
Yes, we are. I entered
me
a
sit down.
restaurant to slay this man. Go ahead, take a seat.
Yeah, okay. Sorcha like walks across the room, grabs a chair, and slowly drags it, like making a show of it across the woods.
He's gonna talk while she's dragging it. I entered a restaurant to slay the bastard when I thought I had him cornered. And every single person in that restaurant turned to face me and charged me. This is not an ordinary man that cannot be killed by ordinary means. So whatever you think you did, it's been undone.
So Sorcha's finally gonna get the chair there, sit down, like, oh, shit, was on? Okay, hold on. Gets back up, starts dragging the chair over as she's talking. So you're telling me, after I killed this man, he just fucking got up and walked away? Like, I cannot describe to you the type of bodily harm we did to this man.
Well, we're going to have to do it again, and more thoroughly this time.
Who the fuck is we? Who are you?
I told you that my name is Varen, and we have a common enemy.
And I have kids in the house and things to take care of.
Do you think that he won't come for you? Come for these children?
And Sorcha, as you say things to take care of, and he responded, that feeling, that unease, like crops back up. It feels like nausea, but deeper, like in the nerves. Something twitches and rolls in you, and you feel that memory slide out of your grip again. There's something wrong.
Fine. I suppose. Shit. Sorta just killed my babysitter. No, I suppose Finn could. I can allow for like a. Okay, so fuck. I know some people.
Take your time. Organize your thoughts.
It's a lot. Okay, hold on. All right, because I've got dance recital for
Have a moment. I'm right over
Alana
here.
on Tuesday. I've got drugs to ship on Wednesday. It's a very busy house here. All right. I know some people.
It's very,
I'm sure if we can
very
find
honest
them,
house, too.
we can see if maybe I've got something wrong here. It'd probably be best to talk to the others at this point. I assume they maybe match with your list. I can leave Finn in charge for a while. He'll be all right. We'll only be gone a little bit. It'll be fine. I need to pack. You know what? Hey, buddy.
Actually, I have a list of recommendations that I'd like you to review. Do you know any of these names?
Okay, yeah. Your favor first, then mine. Go ahead. Let me review.
Yeah, he's gonna pass you a list of like pirates, outcasts, etc. And the lists of our other party members are going to be on that.
Yeah, you see the name Saragus Evadine. You see Dio Windress. You see Amira. Crap, Peachy. What's Amira's last name? It's been too long.
Amira.
Amira
Damn
Navari.
it.
Amira Navari.
Amira Navari. Yes. Okay, I was so close. Amira Navari. You see those names on that list. Mixed in with a bunch of others that you don't recognize.
Is Daxos' name on the list?
Nope.
By chance? Okay, good.
It is not.
Okay, yeah. I'm going
Big
to.
oops.
She's just gonna take up a pen that or quill she's had kind of behind her ear, and she's gonna circle a few and hand it back. Like, okay, so I have. Okay, so I'm hearing you, and I'm listening, actively listening. However, I have to prep the children if I'm going to be away for a little bit and pack. So if you could do me like a teeny tiny favor while I do that, since we know where.
I'm not going to babysit your children.
No, definitely not. See, I've got some garbage in the back room there. Actually, if you could just dispose of it for me. Just so I can tell we're really in this together, you know? Well,
He's gonna turn and walk out the door.
Fuck. It's
walk
going
out
to
it-
take longer. if you need the help, it's going to take
You
so
hear the
long.
front door slam shut.
So, Sorsha, you get your affairs settled. This is not the first body you've had to dispose of on the premises. You have people for this kind of thing, so you send the kids out with a few messages. You make a few arrangements and things like that. Takes a little bit of time. Actually, takes a couple hours to get all of your ducks in a row, but you have a network. You're not dumb enough to try to run something like this on your own. So you have a network, a safety net of folks and ways to kind of settle things for a time if you're going to be gone. Mostly it was in the event of your untimely demise was most of the planning, but some of it was just in case you wanted a fucking vacation. And so the preparations are made easily enough. And one other piece of your preparations sets you up well for this. For whatever reason, you tell me. You know where Saragus Evadine spends his evenings. You've
Well,
kept
I mean-
tabs on him.
Yeah, well, he might run his mouth. It might be if I have to kill him, obviously. That's why.
He, at least, is here in the city. And you know where to go find him. So, at least the first part of whatever you're going to do with this Varen fellow, simple enough. An hour's walk across town, into the bar quarter, the entertainment district, as you will. Is all that's required for you to find Saragus. Anything else? You're gonna leave Finn in charge in general, which makes sense. He's your longest ward, as it were. Been with you longest. Anything else?
Can I have final words with him real quick?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So, honey, we know what happens when the wrong people answer the door. Yeah, good.
Yes.
And-
Should I?
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I screwed up. Should I have offered him a drink and he winks at you instead of bringing him back?
You know what? We'll talk about that later. Maybe, probably. Talk about that later. Now, do you remember where we hide the nail bombs? You know, the one that, well, remember that funny story I told you about the nail bombs in your room?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. Okay, you use those if you need to. You know where the exits are, and just remember when you're making the last breath potion, we've got a big order for those. Don't inhale. Masks, please.
Yeah, we've got new masks that we put together. We've checked them too, so I think they're good. Like you said, no smells go through them, so they're good.
Good, perfect. All right, you be good. I'll be back. And if I'm not back, you know what to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he looks a little like, he doesn't look unconfident, but he looks a little worried when you said, if I'm not back.
Wait a minute. Viren, Viral. What's
I'm
your name?
outside.
Oh, he's outside. Okay. Everybody
imagine you
come
guys are on
outside
the-
and say goodbye. To everybody, come say goodbye. And remember this man's face right here. Everybody give him a big hug, because he's going to be the one responsible for Auntie Vile coming back, right? Everybody give the man a hug. I want like
The-
30 kids.
I
Yeah.
just death glare them as they hug me.
Yep, the kids swarm
I'll kill
you.
all of you.
The kids swarm you, and they're hugging you, and some of them are very genuine. Some of them are very young. Like there's some 5, 6, 7-year-olds in the batch. They're coming up and
Disgusting
just,
fucking cretins.
like genuinely hugging your legs. You do hear like a couple of the older kids, like after they finish hugging you, like you hear them whisper, "He's really bony," as they step away, or he needs to eat something. As they step away, but yeah, you're kind of swarmed by all the kids of the place, and they bid you goodbye as well, Sorsha, with hugs and what have you.
Anybody who managed to pickpocket something off of him, you will get an increase in your allowance when I get back. Good job.
You see a couple of them high five at that.
Woo! Let's go.
So the trip
Where are we
across the
heading to
city,
first?
Sorsha, you know Agdios quite well. You know, even before your quest for vengeance, this was your city. You've been here for a long time. And so you take a path across town that is careful, let's say. That thing in your head, that feeling of discomfort, it's kind of warning you to be careful right now. You don't know why, but you feel better taking the side roads and taking the long way to the entertainment district here. The entertainment district in Agdios is actually quite close to the halls of the Senate, probably by design. And so as you make your way here, the sounds of raucous parties are kind of coming in on the streets. And this area is actually pretty nice. It's a little garish. It's painted garishly, but there's stone buildings here and things like that because this place is, well, it's funded by a lot of the larger guilds to operate and to bring in folks from the guilds, to bring in the folks from the Senate and so forth. And so you kind of, I guess, sneak. Not exactly sneak. You're not trying to be stealthy, I would think. Or are you? I guess this is a question, not me assuming. Are you trying to literally hide, or are you just trying to be careful?
How the fuck am I supposed to hide with this thing? I guess I'm just walking.
It's fair.
Pale ass, skinny ass motherfucker.
So you're leading Varen knowing that, well, but not knowing how much you can trust him to be discreet and quiet. And so you guys make your way into the entertainment
I could be
district.
very
and,
sneaky.
down a few streets, there's Varen, you notice Sorsha approach a few people, and have a quick conversation that's very hard to follow. Like almost like she's speaking in code or something like that. And and then those people are like pointing a direction for her, and you notice that she slips them a coin as she passes, or maybe a vial depending on the person. And then you find yourselves at the mouth of a dark alley. There's garbage in crates and containers along the side. Looks like it's being prepared for collection and being taken out of the city. It's not filthy back here, but it's not clean by any stretch of the imagination. And slumped in the dark, in the wet, kind of drizzling air of this alleyway, is a man. Haven, why don't you tell us a little bit of what the last year of Saragus's life was like?
I watched him die in that broken monastery. Blood spilling out onto the stones. He's dead. I thought there'd be something. Light breaking through the clouds, a voice, peace. But there is only blood and silence. I broke his ribs after, crushed his chest. I felt his heart collapse. I made sure. Then I just stood there. I broke everything to get to him. Oath, creed, commandments, I used to chant like hymns. I was supposed to be a missionary, a blade in service of mercy, a hand to lift the fallen. Now, my hands don't lift. They crush. The audio doesn't want me. Not anymore. Can't blame them. I took the vows off like armor in a storm, and when I shaved them, I found I had nothing underneath. So, now I drink. Not for the taste, gods, no. Rot gut that burns going down and fights coming back up. Mornings start with a mouthful of copper and last night's bruises. Nights in face down in piss-water alleys, dreaming of nothing. And in between, work. If it screams, I'll kill it. If it pays, I'll take it. Ogre nest in a collapsed chapel? Done. Haunted manor with 12 missing priests? Done. Escort a caravan through the dead hills with 3 arrows in my side? Just another Tuesday. I take the jobs no one else wants. The kind of work that ends in a shallow grave or a song sung low. I don't do it for the coin. Not really. The coin just buys more drink. I do it because I should be dead. And somehow, I never am. Tonight it was a gang. 4 of them. Thought I was easy prey. Drunk in an alley. Slumped over like refuse. Now, they're the ones bleeding. One of them begged, called me sir. I didn't feel like a knight anymore. It didn't feel like anything at all. There used to be a prayer, I said, every morning before donning the armor. Guide my hand so it may protect the weak. Now my hands are just weapons, trembling, calloused, empty. I don't know how to go back. The path is gone. And the gods, they're quiet now. Maybe they were always quiet. Maybe they never listened. So, I'll keep walking. Through blood, through shadow, through myself. If there is redemption out there, it'll have to find me.
So the two of you see this man slumped against a wooden box in the alley there. Sorsha, you recognize Sargas. It looks like he's had a rough day. And Varen, remind me, do you have dark vision?
Let me double check that really quickly.
It'll be on the character sheet somewhere. I can't remember where exactly.
Yeah, under feats and
Left
traits,
side.
maybe.
Left side under passive perceptions.
Yeah, I do.
So both of you, Sorsha and Varen, you can both pick up past him with your eyes that are very sensitive to the dark. You can pick up farther down the alley. There's 4 bodies in this alley that are dead. And it looks like Sargas is here just sleeping against the crate. You can see the rise and fall of his chest. He's taking a nap.
This drunkard, this is who you recommended.
This is Saragas. And watch your tone, because he's done more about our common enemy than you have so far.
Point taken.
She's gonna walk up and kind of look him over for a second before, doing that whole little kneel down crouch. Give him a little tap tap on the cheek.
You'll
Hey.
be able to see the bottle, maybe good 2 of them at least at his side. You can smell the liquor on the man. He still maintains the usual look he had, except for his armor is dented and dirty. He's hair is a bit more grown out, his facial hair unkempt. He's a very punished look to the man. He sort of jostles a little bit as you shake him around. It's breathing a little noisier, but he's not quite awake. This man is in a drunken sleep stupor.
Magic, I don't know if we talked about this, but do I have anything in my vials in my pouch that would
Oh, for this
like a
kind
smelling
of
salt?
thing?
kinda-
100%. Yeah, as a normal, like just a normal thing, yeah, you 100% have something that is good to maybe to like actually make somebody sober, but to sober somebody up, if that makes sense, a smelling salts or something like that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a smelling salt concoction out and just kind of wave it under his nose a little.
Does it wake him up or sober him up?
It is such a sharp, aggressive smell that it kind of triggers a little bit of like it triggers some cortisol kind of thing, right? So it does sober you up a little bit. It's not like properly sober, but you have some lucidity when it hits you, and it absolutely wakes you up. These kinds of smelling salts are very difficult to sleep through.
The moment that it hits his nostrils, it's gonna be so wildly different to what he's been exposing himself to. His body's almost gonna have like a visceral reaction to it when he wakes up. Immediately lashes out, like thrashes out, like kicks forward to try to fight against whatever is just there.
Oh, so this is how we're starting the campaign, I see.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Well, let's do it this way. You were, Sergis, give me an attack roll. You can do it at disadvantage and do an unarmed attack.
I have to take my sword off to do an unarmed attack, right?
There should be a thing in your list that is unarmed attack under attacks.
Yeah, unarmed strike, melee.
Yeah, unarmed strike. Yep. Yeah, see if you can
They're
find
actions.
that.
There
Yep,
we
actions.
go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
And you're gonna roll twice, and you're gonna take the lower of the two.
One's one's a 22, and the other's a 10.
Okay, so he lashes out. Sergis lashes out with speed and force. First a foot, and then a hand sweeps across. But Sorcha, you were prepared for this. You're not dumb. For one, you know how it is waking people up, and for two, you know Sergis. So both the swings go quite wide. You put the smelling salts under, and then you pulled your head back and pulled your foot back, kind of turned to the side so that he could flail in the open air. Varen, you see this happen. You see her kind of adeptly get out of the way.
After
I'm
missing,
gonna approach him slowly.
He's still in action mode, so he's going to very quickly locate his sword. It's like he didn't even have to look for it. He knew where that was. It's like an extension of his soul. Grabs it and raises it over towards them, just ready for action.
Yeah, so I imagine him like he's kicked out his feet, he's lashed out an arm, and then the sword's just there. Almost faster than anybody can track, and you didn't even see it on his person, right? But it's there in front of you, and he has the point marshaled directly at you, Varen. He's still sitting down, like he's still prone. He hasn't stood up or anything like that yet. But it's rare that you've seen someone look so threatening from such a position. He's absolutely tracking the two of you, and Sorcha, it looks like, very smartly stepped out of his peripheral line of vision. So right now you're the one that's in front of him as you approach.
I definitely did not plan that.
I've heard good things about you, Sergis.
Before he gets the moment to even say these things, Sergis is going to shout. He's going to be like, "The fuck are you? The fuck you want? You with them? You want to go lie with them, huh?" He reeks of alcohol. And as he's holding that sword, he's going to slowly kind of start sliding his way up. Sword still pointed at Varen.
Sorcer's just enjoying the show. She knew what she did.
Well, I figured that your friend might have assured you of my intentions. However, we have a common enemy, Sergius.
Do not say that word right now. Don't trust me. You don't want to do that. Not until
He's
you're
gonna
sober.
hear if he's gonna hear your voice, Sorsha, and turn to look over at you. Eyes narrow as if he's trying to like make sense of what he's saying. He's
Yeah,
still
almost
stumbling around. You can tell this man is still drunk, and he's gonna go, oh, no, no, you don't know. You don't get to show me her fucking face, all right? He's going to pull that sword back and turn to face Sorsha instead and start screaming at her. Fuck with me all you want, but you do not show me her face. And he's screaming, but when he's doing it, it's not like he's talking to anyone. He's just screaming in general. Like he doesn't quite believe
Baron's gonna kind of
that
like
she's
put a
there.
hand over his face.
I'm
The
just gonna
moment
kind of
he
like
touches it, swats at it very aggressively.
not
and
your
points the sword
face.
back
I
at
think
him.
his own face.
Not your
Oh,
face.
sorry. Okay.
He
Yeah.
was face palming.
This is- I'm just gonna kind of like lean sideways so I can kind of just look at Varen like behind Sarah's. Like, see what I mean? We'll have to wait till he's sober.
Sprix, will you give me a I'm gonna have you give me an intelligence check plus your proficiency bonus. Let me look here. Actually, you can use your intelligence savings throw, which is on the left hand side. You want to give me an intelligence savings throw. This is basically to see if you have in your kit, your alchemist's kit, some mundane chemical that might be able to actually sober him up rather than just wait.
No, I got a 9.
9. Okay, yeah. You know you have the ingredients to make something like that if you wanted to, but you don't have it on you.
Well, you wanted to meet him. Here he is.
I'm going to attempt something. It might backfire.
Okay. Good luck.
DM, I'm going to use awakened mind to telepathically connect to Saragus.
While he's attempting to do all these things, his
Exciting.
attention's returned back to Sorsha, and he's screaming at her like he's clearly drunk, rambled, screaming at this point, going, "You fucking take her face off, demon, and get out of here before I smite you myself."
And as you say that, there's this kind of there's a feeling in your head, almost like your own voice, you know, like the voice, your internal monologue kind of thing, but it's not your voice. It's the voice of the man that's behind you, as it makes that connection. And Varen, as you use your awakened mind to make that telepathic connection to him,
Yeah.
you feel something weird, something slick, something almost slimy in terms of feeling as you connect to his mind. There's something wrong in here. But you can speak to him through that link, through that awakened mind link.
Can I play him a memory?
Let me look. I don't know if that's let's see here.
It says a telepathic connection.
So you want to play him like a memory of your own, something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Describe it to me. And this, Haven, this will be how Saragus perceives it as Draz describes it.
Images flash of Vakaldi Estoc in a throne room, and the point of view is standing kind of like near the back behind the throne, looking at like the whole of the area, and there are people standing in dark clothing, dark leather clothing, dark plate, bearing sigils of the Obscurat And as the gaze pans left, you see Vakaldi Estoc approach the throne, and with like one clean swipe of a blade, slit the throat of the ruler. And it very quickly shudders forward to the POV running down like a spiraling staircase on the side of a coast, and the palace that you were just in is on fire. And eventually, inside of a cell, captured by some of the same palace guards that were standing at your side before. And the voice is going to say, "This is what he did to me. Your mind may be bewitched, Sergis, but Estoc yet lives."
Haven, will you give me, before you go here, I'll give you a sec.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom savings throw with advantage. Here. You know that those memories aren't yours. Even though you are drunk, you recognize them as being something else.
$14 and not one.
All right, 14 it is. So at that memory, like seeing the memories is its own thing, but at the name Estoc, after that kind of intrusion, you feel something uncomfortable kind of worm around in your brain for a second. Like there's a hint of a memory, and you flash back to that moment in the broken monastery. You stood over his body. He was dead. He was dead already. And you remember your foot just crunching into his ribs, like slamming into his side. He was dead, and you were not having any second thoughts, no other opinions. He was going to be a pulp by the time you finished, and you did. There was nothing left mentionable after you were done. And as that memory flashes in, it's as clear as it's ever been. You remember something else. There was someone else in the room with you. Something else. A statue? And then that memory slides away.
Someone else was in the room when it happened.
Someone else was in the room where it happened.
The room where it happened.
At the vision of Estoc. Both of you guys give me a, or can I ask them to give me a roll?
You're not the DM.
It's my job.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for. This is to pick a target. He's swinging in general. He's going to, like, at the vision of Estoc, he's going to let out a...
Roll me a d20, just a blank d20. I'll let's see. Low is
perfect.
Sorsha, high is Varen.
All right.
In this 1 second,
Rolling.
Baron, if I could fucking slap,
11.
I would.
An 11.
So
wait,
go
really
give
quickly,
me-
DM. I saw those memories, right, of him killing Estoc, as it flashed through his mind because of our
You did,
connection.
yeah. As kind of the two-way communication, that was something that he was holding on to. You saw
Okay.
it, like you literally saw the
Understood.
man. So go ahead, Haven. Give me an attack roll with your sword at disadvantage. Hammered out of your brain.
Damn right. Here we go. Well, we have an 11 and a 2 and a 9, so...
Okay, so the swing is wild and kind of predictable, Varen, especially since you're in his head. Like, you get that kind of flood of rage that comes up with these images as you connected to him, as he kind of opened up to you in that moment. And so you take a step back, you step out of range, and the sword swings right across where your face was. But it's a wild swing, and it's not really followed up by like another swing, right? He's not chasing after you with an immediate follow-up or anything like that, but that wild swing was vicious.
It's sloppy, and
yeah.
he throws enough of his body into it. He's going to stumble forwards after it and just collapse into the wet alley ground.
I told you. I told you. Told you, wait till he's sober. What do? I don't know what you do. But he's mad at you.
Sergus, give me another wisdom savings throw with advantage. Are you down on the ground?
Roger. One of them is a nat 20, so.
Well. Our first natural 20. Congratulations.
Not true.
Woo!
Oh, well, that's true. Sprix had the mood roll for the game. That was the natural 20. So,
Ah.
Mhm.
yeah. But this is the first skill roll /
I
other
want
thing.
credit where it's
You
due.
want credit? Yep. Yeah. The mood roll was a 20 for sure, which was good. Okay. So, Sergus, you collapsed down on the ground and you kind of hit hard, right? You bumped into the
Mhm.
wall. You pushed your sword out of your way. You're drunk, but you're a natural warrior, right? So you push your sword out of the way. It clanks along the cobblestones here, and you were more worried about stabbing yourself than in your head, because you know you can take a hit to the head. So you hit your head on the rock wall as you're going down, and there's a little bit of blood that's trickling down there as you kind of hit and then roll a little bit onto your side, and that memory comes back again, that memory of standing over the crumpled remains of the body, and that thing that was in the room. Something was in the room with you. It was a statue, an obsidian statue of a woman. A statue of a woman? But she moved. She said something. There was a word, and the instant your brain is processing along those lines, you feel that just slip right out from under you. You feel that memory just get pulled away, like something is in there and it just grasped it back out of your hands.
At this point, he's just kind of lying there between bumping his head and being angry, hurt, a lot of swelled up emotions, and this actual vision coming along with the idea that something feels off. He's just lying there, like kind of panting, processing, trying to see through his drunken stupor, but it still has a hold on him.
If it's okay with you guys, we're going to fast forward a little bit here. I assume you guys are going to give Sergus some time to sober up. Here in the here in the alleyway, or are you gonna take him somewhere and let him sober up somewhere else?
He's not gonna do anybody any harm.
Yeah. Gonna take him. Go sober him up somewhere, like maybe rent a room at a tavern nearby, so walking all the way home.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So you carefully and with gentleness, you kind of notice he's a little bit in his own head now. Help get him up and get a room from one of the public houses that's down here in the entertainment district that rents by the hour. The proprietor, gives you a knowing nod and a wink, and then sees three of you are going in and gives you a very nice before letting you into the room. And several hours pass. Sergus is maybe laying down on a cot, a bouncy cot with a feather mattress, sobering up. Sergus, as the alcohol starts to process through, you're not past being drunk, but you feel like garbage. This is the point where normally you would be in enough discomfort that you would be going back for more to drink in order to stop the uncomfortable feelings. Does Sergus get sick? Does he throw up from this, or does he just hold it in?
Let me give a Constitution roll real quick.
Okay.
I have a 10.
Yeah, he gets sick. And it was enough with the hit to the head and everything else that that he throws up into a bucket there in the room, chamber pot, as it were, and gets sick. But after getting sick, like everything, right, that kind of burst of adrenaline and energy, you get enough of It's not quite endorphins. It's whatever it is that makes people feel better if they throw up after they've been drinking a lot. I don't know what it is. But you have that kind of feeling there, and as you kind of finish emptying your stomach, you look around the room, and Sorsha and this new fellow, you not certain you remember his name, are there waiting in the room, kind of waiting for you to sober up a little bit.
He's kind of staring between them, still trying to kind of make sense of what he's seeing. But seeing Sorsha, for the most part, is what he sees. He seems like confused by. He hasn't seen her in forever. He seems to be having a difficult time processing if that's really her. So he's just kind of staring intently and goes, Are you real?
Are any of us really? Of course I'm real.
Prove it.
Well, viral. Hold on. And she's gonna kind of walk across the room, and she's gonna lean in really close, and she's gonna run her finger under his chin. Her lips are gonna get just close enough, and she's gonna headbutt the bastard.
He's gonna
Did that feel
fall.
real?
He collapses backwards into the bed, and he's staring blank at the ceiling, blinking his eyes enough times. It's pretty real.
I'm learning so much about you, Sergus.
And who's this bloke? This fucker.
That?
What up with me in
No.
the alley?
That's my new husband.
Gonna look
No.
between the both of
No.
them. I'm gonna glance
No,
at
I
her.
am not. Don't even.
Yes.
I was going to say, assuming you're jesting, as you commonly do, I was going to say, when you really settled.
Oh shit. Motherfucker's catching strays and you don't even know who he is. He's here to talk to you, by the way. So.
What
I'm
was?
gonna approach you, Sergus. I'm gonna look you over, and I don't look right. Something in this picture does not belong, you know?
Right.
Are you as
know
dangerous as you are sober as you are when you're drunk?
Well, wait a little bit longer there, and I'm sure it would have found out. You, what was? Was that you? Whatever the fuck you put in my head.
No, it was me. You witnessed the burning of my family's palace. We're going to kill Vakaldi Estoc. And unfortunately, we need you.
You're gonna look over to Sorsha as if, like, I'm not really believing what this guy is saying. Kill the stone.
I know. I know.
And
I
Sergus,
see.
as you
Yep.
say it, as you repeat the name, you feel that feeling again, that memory. You have that moment where you dwell on the memory of his death, like you have a lot, right? Like, you know that you have that moment memorized, standing over the crumpled body, the crunch of the ribs under your boot. But then there's that figure that was in the room. Who was that? Someone was in the room with you.
I already told him that I poisoned the bastard, and he doesn't believe me.
Poison.
I do believe you. I saw you crunching his heart, breaking his
did.
ribs in.
You don't need
I
to
know.
tell me. I've replayed the death of that man in my head 1,000 times over, hoping it would just give me something, a little bit of something more. But no gratification in the slightest. He's gonna scratch his beard a bit. He has to be dead. He's gonna be saying this out loud, but he's more in denial of it. As he keeps telling it to himself over and over, but his kind of unfocused gaze looks like he's
He's not.
in denial of his
Now we
own
have to
words.
find. And now, my good Serious, you're going to accompany us as we continue our little merry journey of gathering up the other murderers of this fucking bastard, this codswallop, this dredge
I know.
of the
Take a
Owen
breath.
Diver.
Put your thesaurus down for a second. All right. He's a paladin. We need smaller words. Say it again.
Fuck you.
With
Fuck
there we go. I
you.
missed you.
He looks like a bro. I'm sorry.
Well, no, sorry. Fucking. Sorry.
You look
Oh,
like
go
an
on.
extraordinarily bright individual.
You don't have to lie to him. You can take it. Anyways,
I've
darling,
never told a lie in my life.
that's a lie in that was. Anyways, darling, honey,
God, in here I thought I actually missed you.
we ouch, rude. We have to find the cat and the tiny doot.
Hey,
Okay,
your brain kind of fogs for a minute. Sarah goes that dude. Why is that? There's something. And then you remember, oh, it's hard. Like so many of these nights have been blackout, drunk, like absolutely like gone memories. But was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? It's hard to remember for sure. But you're almost certain that you saw Amira performing at a bar that you're not allowed to go in anymore. That you've been thrown out and a sketch of your face is on the wall. But you thought for certain through a window you'd seen her. That bright colored tiefling skin and the voice were unmistakable, but it's a piece of a memory, like when you're really drunk and you have that moment where you're like, oh, I guess I did make it home. Wait, did I walk? Did someone bring me? It's that kind of memory, but you remember the place, the bar, for certain.
Tiny, dude. The what was her name?
It's not one of my names.
No, we're not talking. Okay.
I remember seeing a tiefling bard playing at oh god, what's it called? Another shit
I
place.
see a Dorothy. I don't see a dude.
No. Listen.
I can, if you're looking for her, I
Yes.
think I saw her in it was a tavern, different one.
Good.
A couple of
Which
weeks ago.
tavern? Okay, but which tavern?
He's gonna sit there and argue in his own head for a moment. I'll take you.
What's the name of the tavern, Haven?
The name of the tavern.
Oh, is it? Is it what I think it is?
Is it gonna be the? You know what? It is the Tipsy Goat.
Perfect.
Yes.
I love it. All right.
I'll take you to the Tipsy Goat. I don't really have much better to do, so I'll humor this madness just for as long as I find another job or something, or a place that serves better ale.
Sorja, you know the Tipsy Goat, and it is a way too nice establishment for Saragus, especially in its current state, but maybe generally. It's a very nice place. It's kind of like a bar / performing hall. Very nice setup. Very well connected bar.
Have
in
I
fact,
been
the
there?
place. It's been several years, but you have clients that you know that operate out of there currently. You haven't gone to the bar itself. You don't do a lot of going out in the.
Of
Your
course, I'm a
current-
mother of 30.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Who has the time? But the but you have some current clients that operate out of that bar, mostly soft stuff, kind of in the mood altering category. Kind of boosters for alcoholic drinks
Viagra.
and things like
Got
that.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sex drugs, just sex drugs. It's all boner pills that they need there. No,
Yeah.
it's all kinds of things, but it's mostly lightweight stuff. that's there, and so you do have you know the place, and you have a few connections.
Well, good news is, we can go to the Tipsy. Well, sorry, that's part of the bad news. Some of us can go to the Tipsy Goat. The funny thing is that you can't actually enter if you look like a goat, and you look worse. So we need to fix that.
He's gonna almost take offense to that, but he's well aware he is not at his best. That's a shit place, anyways. He's gonna kind of
That-
mutter.
Okay, well, don't need to be better. Do you have a change of clothes? Can you brush your hair? Have you considered looking in the mirror?
What you see is what I have.
Do I have money to get him new clothes?
Oh yeah, for sure. You run a
Okay.
business. I mean, you're not flush with cash because you have a family of 30 to provide for, but you have money.
Okay, so
It was
if
supposed
I
to go to
was
the
to
kids'
say-
clothes, though, technically.
well, he's like 7 of those kids, so you're going to owe me some money. Okay, so listen. Our new creepy friend right there, that's just standing in the corner, staring at us menacingly. He's going to babysit you,
Mhm.
and I'm going to quickly run out and get you some clothes. Maybe you two could bond. He could brush and braid your hair. It's a little long.
Oh,
You get to know each
that's-
other.
Not
He's not very
a
fun.
charity case.
I know you're not charity, but we need to go to the bar. And you look like what they sweep under the bar. So I'm going to go get you clothes. Yeah? Okay,
That's
bye!
Mm-hmm.
Sorsha ducks out of the room without hearing any kind of reply, sounding a little bit excited to go shopping for whatever reason. So we'll fast forward a little bit here. Sorsha, tell me, while you're out shopping, what kinds of attire do you pick him up?
Okay. I'm gonna send you a picture, okay?
Oh God.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no.
Okay. Just pause for effect.
This is
And
an
for
audio
stalling,
medium.
like, I'm really sorry. I know, but it's
Kind
for
of.
you. Because I want to hear you describe it to him.
Okay.
But I need you to hold for 5 seconds.
Yep.
Like,
Pausing.
I'm
Pause,
worried.
champ.
I'm worried.
Yep.
Pause.
Thank you.
Oh.
Now
Okay.
for our halftime break ad.
Dude, I've got my torchlight LED lantern turned on. It's so atmospheric.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You got
that's so
the-
nice.
You got the dungeon mood lighting going.
I do.
I need you to stall.
What am I
It's very
stalling for? What are
important.
you like? Are you typing a novel?
No, I was trying to. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What did
I
you
got
say
it.
your
I can
name
stall.
was again?
Go ahead.
I
yeah,
got it,
you
I
can
got it.
stall.
What did you say your name was again? Bloody ugly, whatever your face is.
No, that's racist.
How's that racist? I just called you ugly. It's not a general. Anyone can
You
be
say that.
ugly.
You say that to all Knicks born.
Nick's, well, you're that's what it. I knew something
There you
was
go.
off.
My demands have
No,
been given.
I am ugly too.
Are you ugly for a Nick's born?
There you go.
Yes. My name is
no.
Varen.
Very.
Yes. Pleasure to meet you, Sirius. I'm sure.
I'm sure it is. You, was bloody foolish of you to walk on up to a drunkenly dangerous man like that.
Well, I seem to have escaped with my wits.
Oh, you got lucky. Don't consider yourself so lucky next time.
I'm actually tragically unlucky, but hopefully you'll
I-
never truly find out the depths of
I was
that.
going to say that it probably depends on your stats, you know?
I beg your pardon.
That's
right.
nothing.
Sergius canonically knows people's statistics categorizes things into strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma in his own head.
Exactly.
By the way, it's
Incredible.
not real, but
My only I've come up with
Incredible.
is you look like you have a very low luck stat.
You're correct.
It's alright, I do too.
You look like you have skill issues.
I crept into mother issues.
You look like you have alcoholism.
Oh,
That's
very
a very
observant of
unique
you.
skill tree. I
so the two of you chat, leaving some awkward silences between it on regular intervals. It's not terribly comfortable. As you try to out-gravelly voice competition each other. And after probably about 30 minutes or so, Sorsha has popped back in and has a packaged outfit there ready for you, Saragus. And so the two of them step out while you get ready. And Saragus, you bag up your current clothing and whatnot, and have all of your things, right? You're not taking off your armor for instance or anything like that, but you get into this change of clothes, and out from the hourly hotel room steps a man who barely resembles the man who stepped into it. Saragus steps out, and the drip is impressive. The sleeves are striped and poofy and extend down into long striped frills around his wrists, where underneath even poofier lace juts out around his hands. The clothing, the tunic itself underneath the armor is replete with quilting and crosshatch and whatnot of bright colors of blues and whites and yellows, as you have kind of struggled and gotten it underneath there. The pants are they bulge in all the places. Poofy legs, a very
Dear God.
enunciated codpiece on these trousers as well. Looks like it's got a carved piece of wood in there to help promote appearance, as it were, of impressiveness. And then the shoes are immaculate, long tips and things like that of nice shining leather. You look like a someone's idea. Very, very well dressed, very fashionable, very colorblind nobleman.
He's
Sarsha's
gonna
just
hop.
standing there, trying to hold in her laughter, trying to straight face it. You look great. Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm starting to wish you actually were an apparition. Is
Did the
this
tipsy
a
goat?
matter of... Is this a matter of personal taste?
No.
I didn't know you had such it's gonna like pick at it a little bit. Such a taste for the this kind of flourish.
I'm a very supportive friend, and I thought you needed a little bit of support, not in fashion, but also, hey, look at that. You're at least 5 inches bigger than you were before. So, tipsy goat now.
I'm sure that's all you care about. He's gonna waddle off with him. Very very grumpy looking, but you know.
Yeah, he looks. So Saragus absolutely looks mad about it, but like, I mean, he's fashionable but mad. You know, like
You sent me
like
the picture.
He's having a bad day. Oh, I don't have a
Great
picture.
to
That
see.
was off the dome.
Oh, got it.
So, the three of you have made your way over to the Tipsy Goat. Again, this isn't in the entertainment sector of Agdios. The Tipsy Goat is a performing hall. It's kind of in an area that's a little artsy. There are small restaurants and things like that. There are things akin to coffee shops, like tea shops and what have you here, where people recite poetry at. There are rumors, Sorsha, that you've heard that there are nighttime shows that happen here that are very exciting. But you haven't had the time, 30 kids, kind of thing to catch any of the new entertainment. But this area is very different. It's like an exciting kind of grungy. Like it's a little bit like if you guys have ever been to what's the name of that street? Not the main strip in Vegas, but
Fremont
there's
Street?
what was that?
Fremont Street?
Yeah, Fremont
That
Street. That's the one. It's a little bit like Fremont Street, right? Where it's like it's kind of over the top and kind of like in some ways it's kind of too much, but if you're in the right frame of mind, that's kind of fun. And that's really what this area of town is like. As the three of you have made your way here and towards the Tipsy Goat, Sorsha, like I said, you have folks, customers here that actually like work here, and so you don't feel too bad about going around to the back door to have somebody let you inside, have a quick chat, and see if Amira truly is here.
Okay. Well, I'll walk up to the door and see if anybody's around.
The door has one of those sliding peepholes that somebody can look out to check who you are, and you see a man's eyes wearing glasses from behind it, and kind of looks at you, squints, and says, "Oh yeah, well, sorry, love. Is the back door if you want to drink and enjoy the show. Go around front."
No. Here to see if there's somebody around I know. She's gonna flash a vial in one finger and a coin right beside it in the next. Kind of like two cards in one hand.
You see this man kind of squint his eyes, and then recognition dawns when he kind of sees the vial, and he says, "Oh, Auntie Vial, come on in." And you hear a bolt slide from behind the door, and the two of you that are behind Sorsha see the door open. And there's a squat man behind there. He's a little round and steps down off of a stool that he had to step up on to look out the peephole there, and kind of has his hands where his hips should be. There are no definable hips on this man, as he kind of gestures for you, Sorsha, to come in. And he looks past and he sees Saragus and Varen behind and says, "How's your friends, love?"
Oh yes, that one, that's my husband. And that's my husband's husband. So do not worry about it.
Oh, well, congratulations. Always
Varen
love to
is just
see-
gonna walk in. He's gonna move past Sorsha and just fucking walk in.
Always lovely to see progressive families. Oh, sorry, sir. Let me get out of your way. Come on in. Yeah. Don't want to do our business on the porch, as it were. And he ushers the group of you inside into a small entryway, kind of an entry room here. There's a door behind him inside the room here, and this is kind of a cloakroom, as it were. It looks like there's rain cloaks and things like that that are stored here on pegs on the wall. And the man turns back to you, Sorsha, and he says, so you were looking to see if someone you knew was here?
That's correct. Yay high. Horns, red skin, brown hair, plays a doot-doot. I think people call it, just gonna snap and look at Saragus. What's it called? The doot? The doot-doot? That she puts in their mouth. No, he's fucking dead.
I'm dragging Saragus with me inside.
Saragus
Do you
seems
know?
like Saragus seems like he's at a loss for words, trying to put together, like, you can see his eyebrows. His eyebrows furrow so much they almost touch, as he's trying to figure out what the hell it is you mean.
She does the thing. She puts the thing in her mouth. She blows. She puts the thing in and she goes, doot, doot. That thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell are you saying, woman?
I'm saying I'm looking for the little one. She has the horns, and the red skin, and she
I
plays the
heard
thing,
what you
and the
said,
thing is, but I
Solskjaer.
cannot remember what it's called. This is long, and she puts it in her mouth, and she blows, and it makes the doot doot sound.
And
You
it
mean-
goes,
you
dude.
mean that-
Yes.
But sorry to interrupt. Do you mean the Phoenix?
What?
The Phoenix. She's one of the performers here. Yeah, she's here. The red
Phoenix, isn't
skin,
that bird?
horns.
Phoenix.
Not bird, not
Yeah,
bird.
it's
Wait.
a performer
Girl.
name. It's a performer name, not a bird. I mean, it's just the way.
Oh.
Like you, I mean, you know, you've been to one of the shows, right?
I thought he meant for a moment like blows on the Phoenix.
That's what. Okay, right. Not the only one. Where is Phoenix? I have business
she's,
with Phoenix.
she's in she's in one of her dressing rooms. She's finished up her performance here about an hour ago. I can take you over there. And he kind of like he pauses there for a sec, and he looks over you, and he's like, and he points at you, Varen, and he says, "This is her private room, so don't go like striding inside unless she invites you. You understand? Or else we might have a little bit of trouble." And he gives you a very cheerful like look when he says the word trouble. Like he's got a smile on his face. He kind of like dips his head a little bit at you, and
Excuse me, sir. How dare you even insinuate that I would intrude on a lady's privacy?
I was just kind of going on your past behavior, pushing past me to get inside. I don't know if you're agoraphobic or something like that. Was someone that's afraid of outside spaces? Anyways, I don't know if you've got that going on, but just so you know, don't go barging in there. Things might get a little rough. He's all, and he smiles again, and he says, "Right this way." And he opens the door behind him and leads you into kind of a tight hallway.
I'm kind of afraid of this guy.
If you've been backstage,
Who the
in
fuck says
a,
privacy?
if you've been backstage in like a theater or something like that, this place is very similar to that. The hallway's small. There's a bench running along one side that even cuts more the hallway out, and you can see like shoes and costume pieces and things like that piled up on the bench there. And there are a number of doors on the left-hand side. And he takes you down a little ways, and there's one door that has it's got a lovely bit of what looks like maybe like colored, not like crayon, but like what is that term? Pastels that have been drawn on it. That is a phoenix, and then the word "the Phoenix" is there on the door. Some of these others have names on them as well, but this is the one that he stops you in front of, and he gives a light rap on the door, and then opens it up. Inside, you see a rather lovely tiefling that is sitting on a what is one of those, like a fainting couch kind of thing, just relaxing, kind of sitting there. Eyes are closed but opened when you open the door there and see her. Peachy, why don't you tell us a little bit about how the last year of Amira's life was?
I watched him die in that broken monastery, blood spilling out into the stones. I put my rapier through him one more time, to be sure. Vakaldi Estoc, my shadow, my saboteur, the liar who turned my applause to silence. And as the sun broke over the walls, golden and bright across his lifeless face, I felt something rise and bloom in me, like light warming a frostbitten soul. I'd spent too long in the dark, scraping by, ducking rumors whispered into noble ears and merchant ledgers. Smiles that vanished when my back turned. He made sure of that. But he's gone now. So with barely a goodbye, I boarded a ship bound for Agdios. I was too late to linger. This city where it had all begun, where once my voice had filled concert halls, where promise had draped itself over me like silk. But even in death, Vakaldi reached for me. His sabotage lingered in the corners. No invitations, no patrons, doors that had long since been closed. Agdios was colder than I remembered. I slept in rented rooms and sang for coin in taverns, with more smoke than air. And there, in that haze, I found a ghost from my past. Lena. Once a fellow dreamer, now a merrymaker. We drank, we laughed, we cursed the city together. And then she said it. Come with me. Meet our conductor. You're too good to fade away. Svetlana, that was her name, the conductor. I expected a charlatan, a schemer, a hungry eye looking to make use of a faded name. Instead, I found someone who listened, really listened. We met in a narrow sunlit studio. She asked me to sing. When I finished, she said, "Second chair, if you'll have it." And with that, the merrymakers welcomed me. A guild of wanderers and performers. They asked little. A few dues, a few promises, and in return, a license to be a soloist again. Not just a bard, but an artist. Months passed, and with each stage, each audience, my star began to rise. But never quite like the heights I once knew. I could see it, just out of reach. The standing ovations, the name in gold letters. Svetlana saw it too. She called me to her side one night, and she offered more. More bookings, more doors unlocked, more power, if I was willing to deepen the bond. They call it blooding, a ritual, a choice. Not just a name in the ledger, but one of them in truth. A drop of ink, of blood, hidden between the fingers, or behind the ear, a mark. I look at my hands now. I wonder where it will go, and whether it's the final step on this path, or the first step onto a new stage.
Amira, as the door opens, you see Emmy, the stage manager here at the Tipsy Goat, is kind of standing in there looking in, and just past him, you can see a few figures darkening the hallway. You don't get a ton of visitors, and most of the time, if people want to come by after the show, bring flowers or something like that, Emmy's pretty picky about who he will let back here, because he knows that, you know, sometimes you're just not in the mood. But he's got a few people behind him that he introduces as he sees you across the way, and you know him from being introduced by Svetlana. You know that he is one of them. And so he gives you a look, makes direct eye contact, gives that kind of half smile that he always gives everyone, and waits for your acknowledgement before he opens the door further.
She's gonna look over and she's gonna make eye contact with him. And she sees the figures behind him. She kind of tilts her head curiously, but nods to say that she'll allow him in.
Emmy steps in first, his prodigious bulk and low height, not making much of a presence in the room, but he steps in and opens the door wider, and then kind of gestures for the folks behind him to come on in. The first one that steps inside is... I'm holding my breath.
Oh, me.
Oh,
it's
that's a
me.
surprise.
I thought you were rolling. Sorry.
Why would I roll?
The Sorsha comes in. I don't know.
gonna-
The way that you left on that
I
little bit of
also
a
thought
cliffhanger.
that.
I thought you were rolling too.
I
The
definitely,
Sorsha
yeah,
stepped
same.
in.
Yeah, I
It
felt
sounds like
Did
a
I
roll.
raise my voice to sound? Okay, I gotta make a note of that. Do not end in a question. Sounds like rolling. Got it.
Sorsha steps in first, and she meets Amira's eyes, and she goes, "Little toot toot."
Oh, fine piss. It's actually
Her eyes wide when she sees Sorsha. It's Sorsha! Wait. Little doot doot.
Yes, because you do the. See, what is the name of the thing you blow on? The toot toot.
The trumpet.
Ah, yes.
trumpet.
Yes.
That's what it
Trumpet.
was.
And Sorsha's just gonna walk over and make herself right comfortable right beside little dude. She's gonna sit on the couch.
Amira's like she's definitely has like a shocked expression on her face, but it's definitely it's a mix of curiosity. I'm wondering why they're here, but also like a little bit of happiness to see some familiar faces that she remembers.
Varen is
Oh.
going to filter in last.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Neither Sorsha or Saragus are dressed the way you remembered them. Sorsha is dressed in clothes that look kind of plain. Like, she's still wearing her hood, a hood, but she's got a, looks like she's got an apron that's been folded down over the top of her dress on. She looks very, like, homey, not homely, but very like domestic in her clothing. And Saragus looks like he's taken some very bold choices with his personal fashion decision.
Doesn't match my
Amira,
lack
she's
of a
gonna
good
look
shave
at-
either.
She's gonna look both of them over, and her eyes are gonna linger. She's gonna look Saragus up and down a little bit longer, and her eyes are gonna linger at the cod piece for a moment, and she's gonna laugh to herself.
Don't.
So I see you you started compensating, huh?
Not by choice.
So she's gonna lean in. She's gonna be like, I think that's what the kids are saying. 5 big dudes.
I give that 5 big.
It was a
oops.
mistake coming here.
Um,
No, it wasn't Saragus.
You have to meet my husband. Husband, come in.
Husband?
Oh yes.
You?
I am
A
not.
husband?
I am not her husband.
Don't listen to him. He argues. He talks over me. He's demanding. He does everything husband does.
Ah, I see.
Don't it sound like she's projecting?
She's
It's a
gonna.
pleasure
She's
to-
gonna.
Make your
Look, yeah.
acquaintance, Phoenix.
And what is your name, husband?
My name is Varen. Please do not call me husband. May we speak in private? Can we shut the door?
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Hold on a moment.
Emmy kind of
She
looks.
stands up to go.
Yeah, Emmy looks to you to like kind of make sure that that's all right, that you're comfortable. Can Varen, Saragus, and Sorsha all give me perception checks?
Mm-hmm. I certainly can. That's 15.
5.
With my
Distracted
one,
by my
I'm
bright colors.
too busy looking at his cod piece.
That's crazy.
So we, the audience, see this, but none of the people in the room see that Emmy makes a. He touches his finger and his index finger and his thumb together, and then his index finger and his middle finger together in rhythm for a second, down close to his leg. Something that Amira, you know, is a very clear question as part of his look. And he says, as he makes eye contact, he says, "Would you like me to grab anything? You want any drinks or anything?" And that symbol down by his leg is, are these people safe, or do I need to get rid of them?
I see him doing this.
You do.
She shakes her head. That'll be all. We'll be fine, thank you.
Of course. If you need anything, I'll be right outside. Not listening to anything. I'll just be nearby. Use the bell if you need anything. And he steps out and closes the door, leaving you alone.
Amira turns back to them, and she goes to sit back down again. So what brings you all here? I haven't. It's been how long now?
It's been a while. And listen,
What, 2,
So,
3 years?
Been a while.
we there's no way to say it. Crazy man came to my house. That one right there.
Your husband.
Yes, him.
No.
Okay.
Darling,
No.
please, the women are talking. So he came to my house, disrupts me and my children. Says that he wants to kill our best friend. You know, the one that we killed, right? Except I tell him,
Yes.
he's dead. He does not believe me, as men do. He says, no, I must kill him.
I do believe her. I'm
You
gonna
go in
step
circles.
forward.
See, look what I'm saying. See? Look at him, interrupting me.
Amira, go ahead
Go
and
on.
give me a wisdom
I-
savings throw here real quick.
Okay, one sec. Eight.
Oh. The best part about Peachy being in a game are the rolls.
Mhm.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
There's a 5 on the die plus a 3, just so everybody knows. It's a spectacular start. I hope it stays this good. So Amira, when they mention Estoc roundabout, you kind of have that, like, you have that same kind of feeling that you always get back when you used to worry about him hiding in every crowd, talking to people behind your back. You have kind of that feeling of like being watched, being unsafe for a moment. But then you have a flash memory of that feeling of pushing the rapier down between his ribs, through his chest, into his heart. Feeling the blade sliding through muscle, between bone, and then stopping when it hit the stone underneath. That feeling kind of consoles you for a moment.
Amira, I've seen through Sergis's eyes how all of you killed him. But I
Yes,
swear
he's
to you,
dead.
no, he's not. He still roams the seas. The bastard lives.
That can't be possible. I shoved my sword through his heart. Nobody can survive that.
You've been bewitched.
Hold on. You did what?
Sorja, as you cast back to the memory, you remember. No, he was there. You'd poisoned him, and he was bleeding out. He'd been cut.
I no, darling, sweetie, pat.
I took my rapier and I stabbed him, impaled him right through the heart. Nobody can survive it.
I know you believe that, but you just sat there. I poisoned him. It was cute. You were like singing song of
hold on.
inspiration.
I
It's
did
like
not just sit
taking
there. I would not
credit where
sit there
credit
and let
isn't
you
due.
guys kill him.
You did though.
I did not.
The three of you have
dealt
all
the
been
killing blow.
deceived. Estoc's methods are not ordinary. He had a spell or some sort of enchantment that has you all fooled. He escaped, and he still lives. The Obscudot still obeys his every word. They roam the seas. He's still the devil of the Owen Diver. And he needs to die permanently.
Amira, give me another wisdom saving throw. This time with advantage.
A 10 and a 15.
As he says that, and your memory is clear as day. Clear as day. You remember standing over the body. You've processed this a lot. This is one of those things that like you go back to during your moments of like feeling a little bit low, and you go, no, I can solve my own problems. I stabbed him to, like, I finished him. It was a fight. You remember a fight. It was not simple. But you remember standing over the body and slamming the rapier down on the floor. But then at the tail of the memory, there's something else. Again, that figure in the room, or statue, it's hard to remember for sure. There was something in the room with you. An obsidian face? An obsidian statue that spoke? That's strange.
As this arguing is happening, and as she's remembering this, she goes quiet for a moment. Like she's trying to grasp for something that's just out of her reach. And she's trying to put some pieces together. Do you guys... Why do I remember... Was there someone else with us?
Well, yeah, the cat. Meow.
No, not... It wasn't the cat. It was... like a dark figure. Like...
Woman?
No, like a... It's like a statue, but...
No, I left the statue in my bag. Remember?
And Sorcia
No.
cast back to that memory again, and that same feeling, of there's something there in the room with you. There's something there. Someone said something, and then the memory slips and shifts. But you're holding on to that. There was someone there.
Someone else was in the room where it happened.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm remembering someone else being in there when it happened too. You said
both
you
saw that,
poisoned
Sir
this man.
Serious.
Yes. Very
And you said,
specifically.
Amira, that you stabbed him through the heart.
Yes.
I
did you do?
stomped on his ribcage and crushed his heart beneath my boots.
Yeah, I feel like I would have remembered that one.
I feel like I would have remembered him puking his guts out.
He didn't puke. He just, well, he puked a little. Doesn't matter. So clearly something's wrong.
Maybe this man isn't as mad as we think he is.
Well,
Incredible.
now what?
Well, where's the cat anyways?
Oh, I
He was
I
there
don't
too.
know.
Maybe he also remembers killing him, but
I have
on
seen
his
him.
own.
He's gone. He probably got picked up by Pound.
As
Can't believe they finally got him.
as the group of you talk about the animal control agents that obviously picked up Dio, you talk back and forth about what you'd remembered the last time you'd seen him, about what he'd done and things like that, and you remembered him mentioning that he had work to do. He had like a job that he had to get back to, which sounded weird, right? Like, oh yeah, he has to get back to the convenience store or something like that. But no, it was that he had more to do, more to finish. That this wasn't the end of the road for him, as far as vengeance went, and that he had to find something. And as you talk back and forth for the next little bit, sharing information, and Varen, you're consulting your list and the clues that you've found. It all leads back to a name that you'd written down on your list, and you didn't realize you'd written down the same person twice. But as they talked out loud, you realized you had. You didn't know where to find this Dio, but you did know where to find someone named Ripper. You had a location. You just didn't know why it mattered. It wasn't as concrete of a lead as Sorsha was, but you had a name and a place to go, a smuggling operation that brought goods in from Driftport here to Ogdios, and the name that you had to check on your list was Ripper. And as they talked, you hear them mention that name, like, oh, didn't he used to go by this or something like that? And suddenly the dots come together. The group of you put the pieces together and realize you know between you where Dio might be, or at least where he's operating. Down by the docks of Ogdios, which is a rough area at the best of times, and busy as all hell. There's got to be someone there that knows where Ripper is. At the smuggling organization, Varen, that you have the clues to go find.
I believe that I have a contact that could lead us to this cat, as you call him.
Question. Just so we're talking about the same cat. Does this cat have hair or no hair?
I don't have that information. I just
Damn it.
know that he was involved in an attempt against Vakaldi Estoc.
If
No,
he has
I-
hair now, he won't when I get there.
We're just making sure. Okay, just very important question. All right then,
There's a
husband,
group.
lead the way.
Down by the docks. Stop calling me that. All right, listen, let's... Surrogates, are you ready? Shall we?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Wonderful. I'm going to open the door and go on and head out. I'm going to lead them towards the docks where this smuggling operation is going on. I must have
before
some
they-
sort of in.
Before they leave, real quick, Amir's
Yeah.
gonna go up to. Would you say his name was Emmy?
Yeah, Emmy. Yep.
She's gonna tell him, I'm gonna head out. I'll be back. Cancel my shows for the rest of the day.
Oh,
Thank
oh
you.
yes, of course, love. we'll make arrangements. And you see him make a hand symbol again, and this one is is everything all right? Kind of how
She
serious is
smiles
this
and nods.
cancellation?
She smiles and nods. I'll be fine. Don't worry. I have things that have come up that I gotta take care of. But I'll be back later.
Oh, of course, love. Take care. Whatever you need, we'll keep keep everything running here. Have a good evening.
As they leave, Sorsha will toss him a vial of something nice, just as like a tip.
He catches it out of the air. He doesn't even, like, his eyes don't track it. He catches it without looking, and pockets it with a uncomfortable ease.
Little blue vial for the missus.
Yep. And he gives you a nod, Sorsha, as he kind of ushers the group of you back towards the door, or at least leads the way back towards the back door, and opens it for everybody before you guys filter out into the alleyway behind the Tipsy Goat. Closes it behind him, and you hear the bolt slide shut on the other side. So, Varen, you know the name of the organization down on the docks that operates down there, or at least some names associated with it. It's a smuggling group. It's not like it's not like a superhero group. It doesn't have a name and a headquarters kind of thing. And so you know that when you go down there, you'll need to have some conversations with people and things along those lines. And so the group of you head down there. At this point, it is early evening, like middle evening, probably like around 8 p.m. or so. It's dark out, which is as good of a time as any to go see if you can find some smugglers. And so you head down to the docks district of Agdios. As I mentioned, this area, it starts out being filled with warehouses and things like that, where goods are offloaded and stored in before they're moved into the rest of the city. There are shipyards down here as well, where the massive trade ships are made. Many of them, even actually the triremes of the Legion are made here. And so, like, farther and farther down the docks, there are armed ships and things like that protect the harbor and protect Agdios proper from pirates. But there are areas down there that are made for smaller ships or made for more discreet landings and things like that. And it's one of those that your intelligence directs you there, and your info sends the group of you. And it's down on the edge of one of these long docks. There is out in the water, there's kind of a battered looking, bedraggled kind of junk of a ship out there. Good size, but it looks like she's been on the water for a long time. She's seen better days. Definitely not the type of thing that you'd want to move anything expensive in. Not a trustworthy trader. Somebody who's limping by. And that ship is moored next to a pretty good-sized warehouse that's partially built out onto the dock there. This area has been reinforced out into the bay with stone and concrete pillars and things like that. Mages have long worked in construction here at Agdios to build this area out in order to be able to handle the massive amount of traffic that's required to keep Agdios the most populous and rich city on the Owendiva. This particular spot, this warehouse looks nice. But the ship moored outside of it, questionable at best. And as you start to kind of pick your way down here, Sorsha, you know Agdios. You've been here for a long time. Before this year, I should say, before your quest for vengeance really kicked off. This was your city, and you know how risky it is to ask questions down at the docks in the evening. At least without coin in your hand.
Varen, you're very well adept at this. I'll hang back here if you want to go ask some questions. Me and Tutut will catch up.
No. I don't think so. I think you'll come along with me.
No, but we haven't.
I don't.
Is this our honeymoon? Okay, you convince me.
No. Sorsha, no, I don't know this man. I need you to identify him.
What's there to identify? He's cat.
They don't all look the same.
They don't?
He's gonna like look at you like horrified.
Damn.
Jesus.
Just come along.
Fine. Just kind of like begrudgingly, almost like a toddler, like stomp off ahead.
Wonderful. I'm gonna try to investigate this warehouse and see if like there's somebody we can find to talk to locate this Ripper.
There are plenty of folks that are out doing stuff. There's some folks that look like they're sorting cargo and things like that. There's some folks that look like they're late night loading crates onto wagons and things like that. Every single one of them looks hard. Kind of that grizzled look of somebody who's spent their adult life and probably a good chunk of their non-adult life working physical labor. They all look gruff and weather worn, not ragged, like not you know, like well, they're not destitute. They just look like they look like this is their job, and they've got very different fashion standards from people who have to travel farther into the city, I guess is probably maybe the best way to put it. Many of them are shirtless, wearing short trousers and no shoes as they move around on the docks. The rain is broke. That was raining earlier, but the stones and the wood are still a little bit wet. But these men move around with purpose.
I'm gonna turn to Sorsha. I'm gonna say, you're a criminal. Why don't you find one of the smugglers, one of the rough and tumble looking lads, and see if they can find our Ripper.
Okay, first off, that was rude. Really fucking rude. Secondly, I'm not the only one with a criminal past. Doot Doot has killed her fair share of men. Doot Doot, you come help me. Plus, she's cute. She'll lure them in.
Wait,
That's perfect.
she nods and just like.
Amira,
goes
you've been
over towards
voluntold.
what do you need? What do you need from me?
I need you to innocently go ask like you're looking for your lost kitty cat, and if anybody gives you problem, me and Sarah gets here, we'll spam them.
Fine. She takes a sigh and she takes her the hood of her cloak and she puts it over her head just to sort of hide her horns. And just like, you know, look like she was traveling a bit more and be a little bit more discreet. And she walks over towards someone and she finds one of the men and she just walks over to them and one sec, I'm reading something.
Oh, what are you reading
Yes.
there, sweetheart?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said, what are you reading there, sweetheart? It looks like you, oh, never mind. Just got hands that look like you read a lot.
Amira chuckles and she looks up at him and she kind of tries to like play up her like little sweet, innocent sort of puppy dog eyes sort of look. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a friend of mine. Have you heard of anyone? He's kind of tall. He's sort of covered in a lot of fur, very cat-like. Have you seen him around?
Oh, no, ain't no cats around here. Bad luck around the boats. And as he says that, Amir, give me an insight check.
Okie dokie. If I can read, hold on one sec. Oh, there we go. I got a nat 1, but +9, I got a 10.
He winks at you at the end of that, and kind of like leans in a little close. You can smell his breath. He's not drunk, but he has drank recently, and that kind of like, that's a little.
She kind of shudders and she keeps the look up, but she definitely like has a bit of a shudder go down her spine. The boat you said? Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind.
Oh no! I was saying he's not on the boat. I mean,
oh,
we don't keep cats on the boat. It's bad luck. We don't do that kind of thing around here. If you want cats, I mean, it's probably a whole bunch of places up in the. And he kind of looks at you, and I'm sure you know your way around the entertainment district, right, sweetheart?
Yeah, I'm sure I could find my way around. Thank you. She kind of.
Yeah, my pleasure.
She kind of takes a step back and just kind of smiles and turns and heads back towards the group of them.
He calls after you.
Shuddering slightly.
Come back after you find your friend. Maybe we can go out for a drink sometime.
I'll consider it. Thank you. She calls back and just kind of hurries along.
You head back towards them, kind of around a
So
corner.
where is he?
Where they're peeking out, watching you.
So she kind of fills him in and everything that she was told. He's not here, but we can go towards the district and go have a look there. The payment district? Did you say?
The payments district.
The entertainment district.
Sorry, you cut out slightly. I couldn't.
Oh, yeah, sorry. He told you about the entertainment district, but it sounded more like he was insinuating that you would be from the entertainment district. Yeah. You kind of pick back over his words as he's kind of just talking circles and it didn't really give any
useful information.
Yeah.
Anyone, we could circle back and go check around there, or anyone have any other ideas?
Plan B. Varen's gonna approach the guy.
The guy, you step back around the corner, Varen, and the guy has he's actually looks like he's opened a door there at one of the warehouses, opened up one of the side doors in the warehouse, and stepped inside. Closes the door behind him.
I'm gonna go open that fucking door.
You go over to the door, you grab the handle on it, pull down try to turn the handle on it, and it's locked. You give it a solid yank as well, and it looks like they've closed and locked the door. Will you all give me a perception check?
Okay.
And Dio, I'm going to ask you to do something for me, but I'm going to send you a message for it first.
12.
16.
5. 19.
I mean, I could always interrogate him for you if you want.
Okay, what was that? Varen, you got a 19. We got a 16
Yes.
from Amira, is that right? Okay.
Yep.
Varen, as you step up to that door and pull on it a little bit, and it's locked, you let kind of a frustrated noise out, and you look back towards the corner where everyone else was, like around the corner of this warehouse where everybody's kind of peeking out, watching you. And you see a shape in the dark up on the corner of the warehouse, probably about 30 feet up, right above your new acquaintances. Using the word friends would be a gross misuse of that term. You see a figure up there, hidden low down to the edge of the rooftop, but you can make out their silhouette up above everyone else.
I'm gonna act very quickly. I'm going to draw my fucking curse blade, and I'm going to immediately face step up there, so I'm right beside him.
Okay. So you, the rest of you see the space that Varen was standing in, kind of twist for a moment, and then he's gone. And the only thing that's left is like the little shadowy edges of star stuff they're common amongst the Nyxborn before those fade away. For all of you, he disappears. He's just gone. Dio, for you, you are standing up at the top or down on the rooftop there, listening to your compatriots as someone appears next to you, this new one that you did not recognize. But before we get into that, Shinfo, why don't you tell me how Dio's last year has gone?
Alrighty. I watched him die in that broken monastery. Blood spilling out onto the stone. My claws dripped with his heart's blood as I searched his body. Vakaldi Estoc. Betrayer, thief, the murderer who killed my brethren, stole our greatest treasure. He had more than his share of gold and silver on his body, fine enough to sell or melt. Not what I was looking for, but I kept it anyways. The stone I found, though, that was something. A piece of the crux, a part of the shattered book of mysteries he stole. Hope, maybe, in the form of a small, cut chunk of onyx. The monks of Roxmadi, cousins of my order, knew something of protecting great treasures. They explained the use of the stone, that it would resonate with what is once protected. That, in the presence of the crux, I would know it's there by feeling. But I would need to be close, to be within arm's reach. So, back to the sea, back to Driftport, back to the pirates of the open waters. Everything finds its way through their hands, through that port at least one point or another. So I went looking for old friends, folks who made their way, made their coin buying and selling, stealing and smuggling. Nothing with those people comes free or even cheaply. Favors for favors, work for work, coin for coins. It took time to build back their trust, but it was nice being back with people, not chasing shadows or being chased. At first, I was sure the dreams were just bad dreams. Dreams of seeing enemies everywhere. Dreams of being paralyzed while my friends and my brothers slaughtered each other. Old wounds, scars, but healed over, I thought. Until I saw her again. A statue, obsidian, on the edge of my sight. The memory of a word that walks. Sleep was the first thing it took from me. She took from me. It did not seem to matter how long I slept. If I thought of the word appeared. Things were moving too slowly. I had to move faster, find the crux faster. So I pushed them. The smugglers, the traders, the pirates. Burned them. Turned in the ones that would not cut a deal and let me inspect their goods. I don't have time to play nice. Because every night she's there. The word my mind won't let go of. Waiting in my dreams.
Dio, this figure, pale man with pointed ears and bright amethyst eyes, appears next to you in a shimmer of starlight. Starlight that seems somewhat familiar. You know it to be the magic of Nyx.
Oh.
You were ready, though. You've been waiting at this corner since these friends of yours blundered into this area. you knew where they were. So this was a surprise, but not catching you unprepared. Tell me a little bit about what Dio does when this stranger that traveled with your former friends appears next to you.
I'm going to do something, Magic, I've been waiting to do since we made the character.
Oh.
Something we've been waiting to do for so long.
Yeah.
And I am going to cast darkness around us.
So, will you look up real quick what the radius of darkness is? I think I remember. But
60 feet.
Okay, big sphere of darkness then. Okay.
Oh wait,
So,
actually, it's range area of 60 feet, 15 to 15 feet.
15 foot, right? 15 foot. So, okay,
It's foot radius. Yeah, 15 foot radius.
So, Varen, you appear next to this figure who is laying down on the roof there, observing your new compatriots. And as you appear, even just the sound of your feet on the rooftop here, the cat, the tabaxi, as you see now that you're close enough with your dark vision, his eyes whip to you. You make eye contact, and suddenly everything around you disappears. You're blinded. It's pitch black. What does...
Well, I'm going to speak...
yeah,
I'm
what
going to
does Varen
speak
do?
right at him. You think that you can hide behind your tricks? What are you doing watching those below?
The rest of you hear Varen's voice come from above you, on the rooftop. You can't see him from where you're at, because as you look up, you see a sphere of darkness has appeared above you, completely enshrouding the corner of the rooftop, almost reaching down to where you are, reaching halfway down the height of the building. This little marble of swirling shadow is there, black against the sky up above.
That's marvelous.
Sorsha at the top of her lungs. What the fuck are you doing up there?
Amir just stares up at it. We're like,
All right, Dio. What
Is Dio going to answer?
Yeah, what do you do?
He's not going to answer because the next thing he does is using a special item he has to see in darkness. To then simply put, he's going to try to grapple him and capture him essentially right then and there is what he's
Okay.
going to do.
Go ahead and give me a, let's see, either an athletics or an unarmed attack roll with advantage.
I will go unarmed attack. It's a rough one. 13.
Go and roll twice and take the higher of the two.
Oh, right.
One attack roll. Yeah.
Oh! 26.
Wow. all
Damn,
right,
let's go.
very nice.
Oh.
So, Varen, you hear the sound of movement in the darkness. And then the next thing you're aware of, you feel a hand, a little bit of fur slip past your neck, and then cloth bind up against your throat. And then you feel another hand come up underneath your arm. And you can you feel a body press up against yours from behind as this tabaxi locks in a weird chokehold on you. He's not choking the life out of you, but fully has you grappled there in the darkness, and you can't see a thing. You can just tell this by feel.
Okay. So I'm being grappled, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Well, I'm going to Misty step out of it at like max range.
Okay, awesome. I love it. Yeah,
And
so you,
and then I'm going to turn in the direction that I was being grappled, and I'm going to blind fire Eldritch Blast.
Okay. So you let's see. Go ahead and roll a let's see. Go ahead and roll a d6 here, because you are blinded at the moment. So you're gonna Misty Step out of max
Yes.
range in a random direction. 2 of those directions
Yes.
will lead you off the roof. So go ahead
Okay.
and roll. Go ahead
How
and
do I roll
a,
just a 2d6? How do I like type that in?
There's a dice button in the lower left-hand corner of D&D Beyond. It looks like a little D20. And actually,
Okay, yeah, there it is.
I'll have you roll a D8 and not a D6. I misspoke there. So roll a D8, and we're going to use what's called a scatter diagram. So basically, a 1 is pointed up. A 1 will take you off the edge of the roof. Anything from a 1 to a 4 will take you off the roof. And the other, wait, hold on. Yeah, a 1 through 4 will take you off the roof. A 5 through 8 will leave you on the roof, basically, more or less. But you
I
go
got
in a different
6.
direction. Okay, so you, Dio, you feel him disappear out of your grasp. And again, this was, you know, this kind of move because you saw the sparkling star stuff that happened. Varen, you appear a little bit farther onto the roof. You basically went diagonal here, but all you see as you look back towards where you are is a 30-foot sphere or hemisphere, because you're on top of the roof here, of solid blackness. It's a huge swirling sphere of shadow stuff. You can absolutely fire an Eldritch Blast into it, but you have no idea what you're targeting. Like, you can't even see anything in there.
I could use Hunger of Hadar, couldn't I?
It's true, yeah. You do big AoE.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar.
So Hunger of Hadar is a little bit smaller, but it's big enough to do like a 20-foot diameter.
Yes.
Or hold on.
But he was near the
20-foot
edge.
radius.
We were both near the edge.
It's bigger than the Sphere of Darkness. And so Hunger of Hadar, this is an interesting thing. A new sphere, another sphere it appears, but it doesn't just appear the way that the that little marble of blackness was there. It's almost like it spreads out with whipping tentacles that move into the space, and in their wake, darkness fills up the area. Down below on the ground, you can see another larger sphere has enveloped the spot, the blackness above, and you see whipping tentacles reach out from the edge and lash out in there. Dio, will you give me a dexterity savings throw inside that space?
24.
24. And Draz, what is Varen's save DC? Should be right at the top of your spell section. I think he made it with a 24. I just want to get us used to checking the numbers.
It's 15.
Okay, perfect. That's about where I would have expected it to be. So, Dio, you, partially because you can see, actually, in this darkness, strangely enough, because of the artifact that you hold, the item acquired, you can, you see these whipping tentacles straining out from the roof's edge, straining out from the center of the darkness. And so you're able to duck and dodge and move out of the way, but this whole space now is suffused and cold. So you're going to take a little bit of damage from the cold in this space, but you're not contacted by any of these tentacles. I guess, Drez, you can roll the damage for me. It's the 2d6 cold damage. So if you click the damage button next to Hunger of Hadar, it'll roll that damage.
Yeah, I did just click it.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Dio, you're going to take 7 points of cold damage.
Okay.
What do? You recognize that this sphere of you recognize the edges, I should say, of this sphere of writhing tentacles, again, because you, through magical means, can see through it. What do you do?
Seeing that now that he's actually attacked me in earnest and surprised me, I'm just going to do what I do best as Dio, and I'm going to just rush him.
Okay.
So, full movement to get right to him.
Perfect. All right. Back down on the ground, the rest of you see this other sphere come out and these tentacles kind of whip through the air. And then you hear the rushing clamor of feet. Does anybody down on the ground do anything? Hello?
That's marvelous. Let's
Is
see.
anybody
What could I do here? Because they're on a rooftop.
Correct, and it's a distant rooftop, right? It's a 30-foot tall building. You know, two big stories up.
Let me look at what I got here.
While you're looking, Amira, anything from you? Anything that you want to do while you're down there? I mean, you can say stuff. You don't have to take an action.
She's gonna cast invisibility on herself.
And dip.
Perfect.
Just leave them all behind.
Yep.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. I got a performance tonight.
Perfect.
She's casting
Everybody-
invisibility over herself, and then she's gonna is there like I guess just like take some steps away towards like the edge, like away from where the footsteps are coming from, so she can kind of like watch from afar, like before the footsteps come, if that makes sense.
It sounds like they're moving away from you.
Oh,
the
okay.
the footsteps.
never mind.
But
Misheard.
it takes you a second to kind of register that after you cast invisibility.
She'll cast invisibility, and then kind of when she realizes that it's going away, she'll kind of like follow, but like not in a direct line, but kind of like flank, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So you circle
sort of
around the
flank.
edge of the building there in the direction,
Yes.
kind of that's going. Yeah. Okay. Spriggs, are you here? Do I need to? Oh no. Okay. Should step away for a second. Missed that.
I mean, I can shout just as loud as I can. Just
Yeah.
bell up at him. Just, are you fucking crazy, cat? Calm
I'm here.
down.
I'm back. Sorry.
Sorja is paralyzed into inaction.
No, I'm here.
No, because
She's busy staring at my codpiece again. I understand.
But do you know what's going on?
I
I think you missed.
She's-
Yeah, you're
was-
hypnotized by the cod piece.
Excuse me, I was peeing with my headphones on like a true champion.
Oh,
I'm
perfect,
very
okay.
aware.
Got it. That's commitment. That's what I want to hear. Wait, that sounded weird. So what does Sorcia do? Amira just disappeared, like deuces and out kind of thing. What does
And the two
Sorcia do?
chuckle pucks are fighting. How high above me?
30 feet.
The roof of the building's about 30 feet, but there are two spheres of utter blackness that you can't see through up there at the moment, slightly overlapping.
DM, I'm going to ask for the sense of clarity since I don't think we defined anything in my bag. Is there anything in here I can hurl up there?
Oh yeah, you got bombs, you got gas grenades. What do
Gas grenades. Do I have like tear gas, laughing gas, sleepy gas?
you?
What am I working on here? We can go over the details later, but for now, like.
Yeah, for right now, well, give me a roll. Roll a d6. This was kind of a last minute preparation for you, so
Six.
you don't really know what you got in the bag.
It's a 6.
It's it is 100% knockout gas. The only downside is that you'll need to be like, it has to be kind of close when you're outside, just because the wind can clear it really quickly. So you need to land it where somebody's at for it to be effective. And from where you're at, you can't see anybody. You're too low to be able to see anybody.
So I'm getting closer. Got it.
Yeah, you'll have to climb up onto the roof to be able to see anybody. Is kind
I'm
of the way it is.
sorry. What is this climb? She says as she starts walking towards the wall and Spider climbs effortlessly up the side of the wall.
Right.
Perfect.
Like a
okay.
fucking loser.
Spider Woman.
Yep. So Sorsha just kind of like walks up the side of the building with spider climb. Amira has gone down the edge there, kind of tracking along with the movement that she hears up above on the rooftop, jogging along, and up on the roof, Varen, you've cast this magic out. You're a ways away, right, from this, and then
Yeah.
out of the darkness, like he had been fired from a ballista, this mass of dark fur just erupts at a speed that is difficult to comprehend, closes the distance between you in an absolute blink, and is there like at your throat. Dio, what do you like? Tell me what this approach is like. You closed the distance trivially. He was about 30 feet away.
I assume he hears people shouting about himself.
And you do hear, yeah, you hear voices of your friends shouting down below. What do you do?
He doesn't recognize this person, and he's showing the magics of a certain place that he knows is extremely dangerous, and he has no idea who this person is, but they've DM, could I just get a D20 roll if he can kind of read the situation a little bit, or is
Yeah,
he
give me
just
an
gone
insight check.
full?
Yeah, give me an
Yeah.
insight check.
If I think okay. Fuck. 10?
The figure in front of you, he's got his weapon out, but he's in a defensive stance, not an offensive one. Obviously, he attacked, but he's not in a strike first kind of position. You know what I mean? But that's about all you can pick out from his posture and the way that he's approaching, or has approached this situation. Definitely willing to do violence, but is, for the moment at least, on the defensive.
Okay. Could I just appear in front of him and just kind of reach up as I come low, charging at him, and then raising my body up, grabbing him by the throat, lifting him off the ground, staring like daggers into his eyes?
Give me another unarmed attack roll here. You won't have advantage this time.
Oh! Wait! I have something for this, for natural ones. Don't
What
I?
do you have
Don't I
for natural one? Because I just saw that and I was very excited for a minute.
I have a thing. Now. It's different. Find it here.
Peachy, if he doesn't have a thing soon, I'm gonna need that sad trombone.
It's
All
the
right,
wrong.
all right, I got it ready.
It's for damage rolls. So
Oh,
it's
yes.
natural one
Oh.
plus 8 for 9.
So Dio, as you close, like you're high adrenaline right now, right? Like you just took a little bit of damage there. This is serious, but you've also been without good sleep for days and days. It's hard to remember the last time you actually got good sleep, and so as you sprint across that space, and you do the last lunge to reach out to grab his throat, the roof, like a piece of the tile or something like that on the roof, slips out from under you, and you end up like tumbling past him. So you kind of misgauge your distance and tumble past him, reaching out. You hit with a roll and come back on your feet, but you absolutely missed him, and you're feeling like a little like disoriented for a second there. And then
Too slow.
as you look past him, as you just shot past him and gotten up, as you whip around him, you see, stepping out of the darkness in the corner, he'd turned to face you. You're the only one who could see this. Is a figure of a woman, shrouded in black, shining like obsidian in the moonlight as she steps out of the shadow.
No. No, this can't be real. Not only my dreams, but now here!
And he shouts like a madman in this moment.
Varen, you can see him look past you at this. Like when he shouts, you kind of look at him and see that he's not looking at you anymore. He's looking past you. You whip your head around, and with your low light vision, you can see Sorsha has climbed up on the edge of the roof. And she's standing there. Looks like she's reaching into her pouch for something.
I'm going to aim an Eldritch Blast at him, and I'm going to say, "Submit now. We're looking for what's his name, Cutter."
Ripper was the name you had on your
What's
document.
it? Ripper.
Sorsha, you're up on the roof at this point, and you hear.
Okay.
You heard Dio exclaim, and Varen kind of respond to him.
So she's gonna be like fiddling in her bags, but like, listen, Kitty, you have two choices. Either we stop right now, or we do shave you this time. I'm not kidding around.
Dio, for a moment, your vision is distracted. You hear Sorsha's voice, and you look over to her. And then you whip your eyes back towards the edge of the shadow where you'd seen the word that walks. There's nothing there.
Can I just do an insight check to see if if he thinks he's sleeping again, and or is this like he is? This is terrifying for him right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give me an insight check.
14?
Yeah, you're awake. You know it. The cold that bit into your bones from the spell, the feeling of the tiles on the rooftop, that one that slipped. This is real.
Sorsha, is that you?
I just said it was me. Is that you? Because if it's not you, I have a smoke bomb here with not you's name on it.
Trust me, it's actually,
He'll keep his eyes on Varen as he has his Eldritch Dress pointed at him, and he's like,
Well, tell your friend to put down whatever concoction he's trying to pull.
Oh, him? Oh, that's my husband. Don't mind him.
No, I'm not.
Kitty, we have to talk to you. Can we get down off the roof, please?
he'll be watching as he just moves past Varen towards Scorsha. And
I'll dispel hunger of Hadar.
The
And-
larger writhing sphere of shadow disappears on the roof, but the orb that you made, Dio, is still there. You can dispel it if you'd like.
I'll dispel it.
So in quick sequence, those two spheres of blackness wink out. The hunger of Hadar kind of writhing in on itself like a collapsing black hole made out of tentacles. And the shadowy sphere that Dio summoned kind of evaporating into smoke, leaving behind sparkling remnants for a moment that you, Varen, mark as magic that is touched by Nyx.
You follow the path of shadow, don't you?
Dio's eyes sharply look at Varen, not acknowledging his words.
So where'd you pick him up? A new toy?
Nah, that's rude. He's not a toy. No, although to be fair, Daxos did not work out. He showed up to my house. And he said, well, maybe we should be off the roof before we talk about this.
I told you it wouldn't work out with that one.
Well, hey. Okay, listen. Handsome,
Yeah,
funny,
please,
take
it's a little
direction.
more difficult for me to find my way up there. I have a method, but none of you will like it.
He's going to blow down the roof, so we go to him. Please, off the roof now.
Thunder!
Dio begins to use his claws to kind of just scrape down the root down below.
Sorsa just walks perpendicular down like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, she climbs down very easily. How does Varen descend from the roof? Uses his last Misty Step spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So Varen appears down below. Just appears out of nothing. Little bits of shadow stuff breaking and sparkles as he shows up. Amira, you've been listening to all of this. Have you been moving along with them as you've heard them moving, like kind of silently while you're invisible? Or
Yeah,
what have you
yeah.
Okay.
She has. Also, like, keeping an eye out, like, around them and stuff to make sure that, to see if, like, other people are around listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You do notice that there have been a few people who've noticed the commotion, and in fact, you mark one man who pointed, slapped his buddy on the shoulder, and then ducked down a street out of sight.
Oh. Is it like, can I go follow them and like see where he's kind of going?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and especially since you're invisible, you don't have to worry too much about. All you have to worry about is making, walking sounds around people who can't see you. But when so you can kind of truck it at full speed down that corner. You chase after the folks who marked you and your friend's appearance. Chase them to the corner there, and you can see one of them has stopped at the corner, like stopped immediately after they rounded the corner, and the other one has jogged up the street to what looks like a messenger stall. It's basically a spot that is made for like sending messenger birds throughout the city. And he, you can see he grabs something out of his pocket, a little sigil, and he swipes it along the side, and one of these containers opens up, and he grabs something out. You can see him, and it looks like he's making a note down. You can get close if you'd like, if you want to see. I'll have you make a stealth check to stay quiet.
Yes, I would like to get close.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Like close enough to, kind of make out what he's doing, and like kind of,
Give me that stealth check. Let's see how that goes. Again, it's just for how quiet you are. Oh, very nice. 22. Nice roll. So you sneak up there. You don't make any noise at all, and it's in the middle of the city too, so there's a fair amount of noise. You're pretty well masked here, and you can see him, and he's written down on the note. At the top, there's a name that you don't recognize, Aeneas Coldroy, and in the middle, it says, the woman you told us to watch out for showed up here on the docks. And it's got what looks like a street number or like a kind of an address kind of thing, like a building number down there. There's no signature, but you see him kind of jot that down very quickly, and then he rolls the note up in his hand with a quick swipe, jams it in a small cylinder, and then he sets it back in the box that it opened up at his swipe. He closes it and he swipes a sigil again on it, and these things. These are message devices in the city. You have to pay for a use of them, and they can be kind of expensive. You wouldn't expect like a dock worker to be able to afford something like this. But he swipes, and from having used one of these at some point in the past, that message is gone instantly. Message has been sent to whoever he intended it, whoever this Aeneas Coldroy is.
Was I able to make out the address?
Yes, the address seemed like it was an indication of the building that you're at here. So it was your local address where you guys were just at.
Right. Okay. She's gonna make a mental note of all that information, and she's gonna try to rush back.
Okay.
To the group of them.
You rush back, and they've all gotten down from the rooftop there, just in time to stop Sergus from smashing down the corner of the building in order to lower the roof. I imagine was his plan.
They'll find him there just kind of awkwardly trying to pick at that dumb piece that's making his wear uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're kind of adjusting your pants, like the trousers a little bit here, shifting the tunic underneath your armor there as Varen and Dio and Sorsha all come down to the roof. There's no sign of Amira though. Where the hell she went?
She's gonna show up once they all reconvene. She's just gonna literally when the group is all together, she's literally just gonna pop up right in front of them. she's gonna dispel the spell. Yep.
Perfect.
Ah, peace.
Okay. Guys, you got him. We need to go. I think we need to go. Somebody knows we're here. They're looking for someone. I think there was a man. I followed him. He wrote a letter. I made out Coldroy. He said there's a woman that showed up here, and I think he means you, Sorsha. I don't think you saw me. One of us. He said there was a woman that they're looking for. They know we're here. We need to go.
Sorsha, Sprixer, I know it's been a little
I'm
bit
very
since...
aware.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to turn on my heels, and as I'm walking away, it's like I need to go home to my kids.
Wait, what do you mean to go home to your kids? We have work to do. We have a campaign to plan.
I need to
Who
check
is
on
this
him.
man, and why is he looking for you? Why?
Sorsha is being all sorts of dodgy right now as she's walking away.
Sorsha, we need to figure out what we're doing here.
Oh,
We can't
that's
stay here
typical.
for it, but we need to figure out what's happening.
The cat doesn't even know why we gathered him.
Then
You
we can
didn't-
talk
you
on the
didn't
way.
tell him?
I need
You
to
guys
go
were up there
back.
and you didn't tell him?
Come
They were
on.
busy fighting. Shut up. I don't care. Tell him I'm going to my kids.
The rest of you, like, Sorsha is stalked off into the city. You realize, I mean, like you said, Mara, she's leaving. Like, you guys are not sticking around here. You guys could just follow her wherever she's headed. While you chat with Dio, or you could go somewhere else.
Should we go after her? Should we follow her? We can't.
Yes.
Well,
They might know we're with her. They could.
she'll
I don't
find
know who
us
this
when
is.
she wants to be found.
But there's somebody looking for us.
Well,
I
then
don't
we
know
shouldn't
who-
stay
They
here,
could-
then, should
They
we?
could
Come on,
easily
let's get a
divide and
move on.
conquer.
We don't even know where this man is. Sorsha seems to know who he is.
Session
let's
one, split the party.
Follow her then. Let's follow
I'm
her.
gonna follow
Come on.
Sorsha.
Follow. Amira's
Yeah.
gonna follow too.
I'm gonna fill Dio in as we walk. Basically, yes, I'm aware that you think that you killed Vakaldi Estoc. Every single one of your friends here all think that they killed him in their own special way. The Phoenix thinks that she killed him with the rapier through the heart. Saragus over there thinks they crushed in his chest and ribcage and heart. Sorsha thinks that she poisoned him. All of you have been bewitched, possibly by a statue, possibly by a woman. But basically, he's still alive. So, yeah, you've been recruited to the mission to kill him. Welcome aboard. From what I understand, you seem to be the most dangerous one of all of them. So it's good to finally have another competent fighter.
I'll take exception to that.
Wait one moment. You said a statue? Woman? You don't mean an
Yes.
obsidian statue?
I'm gonna look at Saragus.
Look, I fucking get it, alright?
This sounds like crazy talk.
No.
We killed
Tell him what you saw. Tell him what you saw at
Same
the end of your
thing,
memory.
same thing. I remember there being someone there, someone else, something else. I
A
can't
woman.
remember really anything else past that, but I just remember more than just us four being in that room. Oh, 5, I guess.
Was it
Fuck
a
that other
woman?
guy.
Shiva, what was that?
Was it a woman? Saragus?
I don't know. It's like a statue of a woman or something like that, yes. Well, do you know of it? Or are you remembering the same thing?
Dio's just going to be rubbing his temples.
You can feel it in there, writhing.
moving around the word, the memory of it. Every now and then you almost feel like it dips down onto the tip of your tongue. So you can't say it. I would bring her here.
I know who it was.
Who
I know
was it?
exactly who it was. That's one of his one of his henchmen, so to speak. Person that is
Go
incredibly
on.
dangerous.
As you're looking at him, the Amira Sargas, you would notice something a little different for him than what you guys remember seeing Dio as. He seems a lot more worn out. His eyes heavy with bags under him. His sharp gaze is still there, but the lids to his eyes seem heavy. His fur, like the shine that would normally be there, is almost completely gone. And he also seems a little taller than you both remember. As he looks at Varian, reading him up and down.
Why is this man with us? Who the fuck is this? Why? Like, I'm very confused why he's even here. Who the fuck is this?
Sorcerer
man
said that he was her
claiming-
husband. That's all I know.
I'm not her husband.
Other than Sorcia's husband or whatever. Allegedly, the man claiming that, well, our beloved Mr. Estoc still lives.
Shinfa, I realized I skipped a step because we introduced you in the middle of an almost fight. You want to tell us a little bit about the, like, tell us what do we see when we see Dio? What does he look like?
You can see like the clothes to him are just worn. You can see burnt marks to the cloth that he wears here and there. You can still have a whiff of blood around him with an acute sense. Sargas, you would see like his knuckles are bruised with wrappings upon it that you can see marks on it over and over again, as if he's been fighting recently or dealing in some sort of combat. He has a new sort of ring that's attached deep to his tail, and there's just a sense of just worn outness to the man. Like he is just not stopped, not slept. There is just this air of him of just always on guard, always on alert, and the patience to him is almost gone. At times, you can feel it.
The group of you continue talking as you make your way through the city, trying to keep up with Sorcia. She's moving with a purpose, moving quickly. She knows the city quite well, so she's taking shortcuts you didn't even know were there, and things like that. So it takes some effort for you guys to keep up with her as she's moving through the city, and you find yourselves in kind of a rundown area of Agdios here. And the group of you approach the orphanage. Sorcia's probably like about a half a block or a block ahead. You guys have had to jog a couple of times just to keep up with her as she's been kind of striding through the city to get here. And Sorcia, you can see like things are the way they should be back at the orphanage, based on the way you kind of told everybody to operate as you left. Nobody's outside, nobody's playing, it's too late for that, or anything like that. The lights are on in the right spots in the orphanage there, and everything looks fine as you approach from the outside. As you step up to the front gate, it's locked, but you have the key to the front gate there, and you check quickly and carefully the little tripwires and things like that you've set along the edge of the wall that surrounds the front of the orphanage are all still there, all still intact. Nobody climbed over this and disturbed any of
any of the indicators that you would see for somebody who was trying to break in. So you unlock the front gate, and step into the front yard. Move quickly to the front door. At this point, your friends have caught up and are at the front gates behind you. As you push the front door open and step inside the orphanage. Inside, looks like a lot of the kids are out. It's kind of late, maybe past some of their bedtimes, and they're all sitting like they do during story time. They're all sitting in the large common room, comfortable on little cushions and things like that, all facing towards the front area, the teaching area. And sitting there in the teaching area is a man. He has a very curated look to him. Swoop of dark hair, sharp cheekbones, smile lines around the edge of his mouth, clean shaven and crisp in his demeanor. He's wearing dark maroons and blacks, trimmed with just a little bit of silver. He has a smile on his face, and the smile lines that are there, you know them well. And you've come in, thrown the door open, even, in the midst of Aeneas Coldroy telling a story to all of your orphans. He looks up at you, Sorsha, as you come in. And he smiles. And he says, well, I know it's not quite the ending that we'd all hoped for. And he looks at the kids around him. But, well, we'll have to do story time another time later. Thank you. Thank you all. And then he looks at you, Sorsha, and he smiles. It's good to see you, daughter. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Far.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Daddy
God damn it.
issues.
Lore drop.
Thank you.
Good. There's too many of them.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, exactly.
It's giving the younglings, and I'm
That's
so
what
scared.
I thought. I was like, Miss Sorsha, there's too many of them. What are we going to do?
He's got like a 5-year-old in his lap that he's bouncing like on.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
Yeah,
You know what?
Holy.
I
Thank
won't
you,
lie,
guys.
hearing Torsa having a whole factory of children just working away at her potion.
gosh.
Den. She's gonna
I-
turn into a
Right.
truck den.
That's kind of the part where it's like if someone wasn't there, I knew the shenanigans were gonna bring. I'm like, oh my God, stop Sorsha, she's gonna harm those orphans. She's like, these are my orphans.
Oh,
Love it.
fuck.
Yep,
These are
yeah.
my
Everybody's.
orphans. Go get your own.
Oh yeah. Everybody's like kind of time skip stories that they had talked to me about were all so good. They were a blast. Like
Yay.
Sprix, yours with
Oh
the,
yeah.
I want to start an orphanage. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Mine's just super edgy.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm joining
yeah.
a cult. Oh Lord.
Yep.
I'm gonna
yeah.
send all of my children quickly over to one shot, just so you guys can keep, because I'm losing frames really quick over here for some reason. So
Oh,
I've been
okay.
trying to solve my PC issues in the back. So you guys are gonna go over there real quick. I'm
No,
sorry.
Sounds good. You're good.
Please continue.
So we're back. We're going to be doing bi-weekly sessions is the plan. Welcome Raiders.
Yeah.
And welcome everybody from all the different chats. I know I saw a ton of people from Peachy's chat in here, and I saw a ton of people from Draz's chat and some folks with Shinfo emotes and stuff like that. This was awesome. I'm super excited about doing the shared chats again. That was cool to see.
I
Yeah.
like seeing everybody.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do
I liked
it.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know
I
you've been
keep
working
seeing-
on getting this all stirred up again for a while.
Yeah. It's been, to be perfectly honest, I had a bunch of work I needed to do last night, and my brain was not letting it happen.
Oh.
So I
Oh.
was
Oh.
in-
Lost you for a
To be
second.
perfectly
He's
honest,
done.
yep.
Oh, his mic cut out.
Cut
His
off.
mic cut
Your
out.
mic cut
Oh.
out.
Yep, I'm gone. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff that I had to do last
Obviously
night,
not got him.
and
Mhm.
I didn't. I didn't have my brain was just not playing ball, so I had to cram a bunch of things today to get stuff ready. But it was worth it. This was
We
a
did it.
blast.
Oh yeah. I had
Yay.
fun. I had a good time.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
We're gonna be on once every 2 weeks. So right now on the schedule, the plan is we're going to be playing again on the 28th. I got to check for schedule past that because I know we had a break week at some point, and we're technically, I think we're 2 sessions slower than we were intending to be. So we'll just need to check the schedule and stuff like that. But we'll keep everybody posted in your various spots as to when the next ep is. We'll have little things we'll be tweaking on the stream too. Like I want to get the dice showing up, and a few other things that we've got in the hopper. But it was more important for us to start tonight than to have everything absolutely perfect. So,
Mhm.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Magic,
Yay.
thank you so much for DMing
Thank
this. You did such a
you.
great
Thank you,
job.
Magic.
Thank you guys for all your hard work.
you
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
guys. This
Mhm.
was a blast, and this was kind of a fun start. I know it was a little railroady. You know,
Yeah,
we'll
me
take
too.
the.
I know it was a little.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
our
little, yeah.
DM, chat.
At least I
That's our
waited till the
DM. A man of few words, all right?
Magic, I sent you a thing to show them because we made the thing, and I sent you the thing because we
Oh.
have the thing.
Hold on, let me get the.
A thing?
We got the thing.
A thing.
A thing?
Yeah,
A thing.
Ding dong.
Pause
take a look at the bottom.
Pause
A
chat?
doot doot.
What am I doing? What am I
dude, dude.
showing?
Look at the bottom of the page.
What
I didn't
page?
know how else to send it to you.
Oh,
The link.
oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, this is awesome.
What?
All right, so
What?
so
What?
we did it.
What?
Sprix
Well,
did a
hi,
thing.
everybody.
This
It's
is-
a surprise. I
This
was
is
waiting.
kind of exciting. Give me a sec here, and I will
Pause chat? Pause
Pause
chat?
jam.
Pause chat?
pause champs.
Pause chat?
Huh?
Pause chat?
Pause champs.
Pause jam.
Pause. Pause.
Pause
Pause.
jam.
Pause.
Pause chat? Pause
I wanted to wait. I wanted to
I'm
give you a
pausing.
surprise for everybody at the table. Unfortunately, minus Drazker, but now that I have this cool display, I can work on that.
Pause. Pause. Pause.
Pause champs.
Pause chat?
Hey.
Pause
Pause it. Pause it.
Waiting.
Pause
Waiting.
chat?
Waiting.
Okay,
Wait,
but
wait,
can we get an
wait.
emote that says 5 big doots?
Five
Dude,
big
dude,
dudes.
dude. Wait, I got it. Ready? Just wait. Pause chat. Wait, ready?
Pause
Wait,
tapping.
wait. Fucking, where is it?
Pausing.
Where is it? I can't read.
Pausing.
Oh,
Pausing.
yeah, okay. 5 big dudes.
I'm paused.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we
There
go.
it is.
I love it.
Incredible.
Born.
We love
Make
it.
sure.
We love it.
Okay.
So- I hope you like it. Mostly Peachy, because I love Peach. I hope you like him.
What
Okay,
is
so
it? I guess.
I'm going to show this on stream. Give me just a second here to flip over to it real quick here. So I'm going to show this on
Okay.
stream. This is the
Oh.
One Shot RP webpage. This is our main website, and we've got a bunch of exciting things over here. There's a link in chat if you need it, oneshotrp.com. But the exciting thing that Sprix did, this is where we feature all of our projects. And the exciting thing that Sprix did is this. We have a bunch of
Yo!
merch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
shit.
that.
Oh my god.
We've got buttons. We've got the amazing pint glasses that Fourth Wall does that are fantastic. There's a freaking desk mat which I'm gonna have to order. I've realized.
I'm really
that's
excited
really
about the
There's
desk
a bunch of
mat.
desk mats actually, which is amazing. And we've got pint glasses for everybody. We're gonna be getting Art of Varen here
Yeah.
soon. We just got to get our ducks in a row and whatnot. So we'll be getting
Yep.
that. And I'm excited to do that because Draz has put together a very, very awesome edgelord
Yeah.
that'll be fun. So,
God,
yeah,
that
so,
Dragon's
so
Get
fucking
drunk and
wild.
you can drink your ales and put on in with the tavern music in the background. Get your
Woo!
D&D. That's so sick.
Oh,
Holy
so
shit.
fucking
yeah, look at
cool.
that.
Oh my god.
And
Oh my
each one has
God.
like the couple say like the bard, or the rogue, or the priest.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
I love it. Oh my god.
It's such a good job with
Hell
these.
yeah.
I'm gonna get one for myself.
Yeah.
Then I can drink while we do D&D.
I was thinking about that. I was gonna get a sorcerer one, and I wanted a new dust mat anyways. So
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, check that out if you're the type that is interested in that kind of thing. We always love the support, and it's a great way for us to continue to raise our production values on this thing. The co-streaming stuff that we can do with this now is awesome. Hopefully, that was a good experience for everybody's chat. We're gonna keep doing that and try to improve it, and make it even better, more interactive and stuff like that as we go along. So.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that was all I had. Anybody else
You know
have
what made
any?
me sad looking
that?
at that? Seeing that your desk mats in America are $22, and for Peach and I, it's like $32.
Yeah. Woofies.
It hurt. It hurt my
Yeah.
soul.
Our dollar was not doing great, but it's still not Canadian dollar level. So
I
Aw.
the link I meant to fucking put in chat, Lamau. Okay.
Also, by the way, if you like figuring out when the episodes are happening, our Discord for OSRP is open, where you can talk about the episodes, know when they're coming up. The cast is in there. We've got a media section, and you can see all the fun stuff that all 600 of our other members are doing with the other projects we're doing.
yeah,
Yep.
there's some cool stuff in there. A lot of people that are interested in role play and things like that. So if you wanna dip into the nerd well, the water is clean
I
and
also heard
refreshing.
Yeah.
that there might be other tabletop adventures, not just this one. It was a rumor I heard somewhere. I'm just
So,
saying.
I
Oh.
don't want to spoil anything, but I was talking with a few of the people that we know about a game called Kobolds
yeah?
Ate My Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah?
What? What?
What?
That was horrible. Oh my god.
Tune back in on
Bad.
Eat
Wait,
My
what?
Baby.
Kobolds Ate My Baby. It's the name of a role-playing game.
What?
So that might
Oh
be
my
something
God.
That is a little OSRP side adventure that I might be doing a couple versions of. It's a great game. It's amazing. I'm not gonna promise anything, but I think it'd be a fun little weekend
Yeah.
thing to do with some folks at some point,
That
maybe a
sounds
couple
fun.
of times. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
all hail King
Oh
Tord.
wait. Can I do? And if you like role play, we have a big project coming up soon. It's
We
very-
do.
But I'm gonna make Magic pitch it because he always makes me
Yes.
pitch it, and now
Oh.
I get to put him on the spot.
What's this big roleplay project?
Yeah, what's
coming
this
up
big
soon?
role play project, Magic, coming up? soon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been involved.
No, that's no.
I
no,
am a
Megan.
role player. I like role play. Could you tell me more?
Okay, so the new project is very exciting. It is a return to a world that Sprix created. That was the setting that we used to tell a very scary story. The Blackwell roleplay was a very exciting time where we gathered a bunch of expert role players together for around 13 to 15 sessions of absolute trauma and horror followed by death. And it was the most fun that a lot of us have ever had in VR RP. And so
Say
we're
trauma.
going back in a return to Blackwell. We'll be seeing how
Yeah.
things have changed, how the remnants of what was left behind have twisted and altered, and the history of the world has moved on from the events that surrounded Blackwell, and what's in store for those brave souls that man the fort on the edge of the wilderness that sits where the old township was. Okay, that's my pitch. It's a fun
We like it.
VRP, and we're gonna have some action. Gonna have a little bit of spookies. We're gonna have
I
some
also
great
don't want to
stuff.
brag, but Peachy has a VR headset now. Just saying.
Oh, does she?
Oh.
I might know that
shoot.
information.
Oh.
I might know that information.
I did not know this. I did
Chat.
not know this.
Well,
Watch
well,
out.
Actually,
well.
it was out of stock. I haven't got it yet.
She's sorry, she's getting one.
outer stock. It was
Hopefully
not the
soon.
freaking
We'll,
Valve index.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. One
yeah,
day.
it's exciting. It'll be
I
fun.
hope.
One
Until
of
then,
us.
I'm sitting in my little nerd corner, being an addict to Expedition 33 and playing my solo games and being speedy.
I've heard a lot about that game.
It's so good. I can't. It's
Same.
so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
I'm a
remember
healthy
watching you
problem.
stream some of that. Looks good.
It's so good. I'm obsessed. Highly recommend.
Have you been optimizing your damage? Like I've seen some people. Like this seems like
I've
the type of
been
thing where
really
you-
like. I'm trying to get real like kind of nitty gritty in it. I'm trying, but also
Yeah.
I'm just a sweat who's just a gamer god, and I just parry a fuck ton.
Well, yeah. There's a fun like kind of rhythmy action game hidden in the middle of that turn-based RP that looks like a
So good.
blast. So yeah,
So
kind
good.
of what you call it? Why am I forgetting the name of the Souls like that is the samurai one where you have to
Oh,
parry
Sekiro?
everything? Sekiro. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little bit of that timing game that you have to play in Sekiro to be really
Yeah.
good at it. So, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a blast. We're gonna wrap up for the night. Thank you, all of you, and thanks to everybody in all the chats for coming. This was a blast. So much fun. I'm
So much fun.
So much fun.
super excited to go.
We'll have to do it
more.
again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get back
Same
together
time 2 weeks from
sometime.
now.
Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah.
You got it.
Let's
You got
go.
it, sister.
Hands in the center. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Vakaldi
Yeah.
Estoc
Kill
Must
Vakaldi
Die.
Estoc Must
Woo!
Die. Yeah.
Again.
Go team. Murder. Yay.
Murder!
Murder. Woo.
I went
Go
to go
team
and watch
murder.
the stream, and the moment we got beautiful, it hit me with a Dairy Queen cheesecake blizzard ad.